Hello, everyone, and welcome to Claret and Booze. This is our Sunday night talk hammer show. I hope you're all well. Hope you've all recovered. Oh, Micky doing his marketing down the bottom now.
You cut you, Luke.
You joined as usual by myself, John, Micky, and Gary. Yeah, we all had to endure that shit show earlier on. Look, at the end of the day, a draw's not a terrible result. It ain't terrible, but the performance was bad. Palace were there. The Palace weren't good today, was they? Palace were not good.
No, they were there for the taking.
It was a dreadful, turgid game. We scored that goal. I think we probably could have been a bit braver and gone for it, and we just didn't. We just didn't.
I think you're being out of order, Nick. To be honest with you, mate.
Do you reckon so?
Well, I mean, Palace have beaten us 3 out of the last 4, so a point's a good result, isn't it?
I think it is.
This is the thing. David Moyes came out in his press conference. I mean, there's a. I don't know which one was peak. I mean, you tell me. So there was that one. The quote, they're beating us 3 out of 4 times. I think a draw's a good result when you consider that. But then he comes out in his post-match interview and he basically criticises the fans. He said, the atmosphere. On a Sunday. At 2:00, we're really struggling. I don't know whether it's the fact that we're, the football, but he kind of almost sort of sneered and shrugged that off as if that,
I think our fans are terrible. I think our fans are terrible, myself included, right? I knew that. Yeah. I knew, John, you were all there. We're rubbish, right? Yeah. We just go there. We go there we're fucking day trippers. We don't bother trying to sing. We just, we wait. We sit there and wait. We're boring. We're quiet. Honestly, there is nothing to get excited about. So, I don't know. Did you see the mass tip out? But Gary, did you see the mass tip out starting from about 75 minutes? People just started leaving. No, I didn't because I was so focused on the game, Nick. Yeah. But the thing is, someone replied on Twitter and said, "Look at Newcastle the other night. They supported their team for 90 minutes. Well, give us a team that plays like Newcastle. I think we'll support them for 90 minutes."
Yeah. And I've heard people make the excuse that they're blaming the match day experience, which no one will dispute that. The match day experience at that place is shit. But that is all completely and utterly masked and it's out the window when you're watching brilliant football. Now, if you look at we'll look at Tottenham for the last 2 years, 3 years under Conte and Mourinho. That place has been a fucking library. Yeah. It's been a library. It's been shit. There's been no atmosphere in there whatsoever. All of a sudden, they're playing good football. The fans in an arena are being entertained. You react to it. You engage with it. What are you supposed to do over there? For instance, me and John have had like the journeys from hell today with our boys playing football. And then you make that fucking slog over to Stratford. Takes you half hour to get into the stadium. And then you sit down and it's just... It's shit, John, isn't it? I mean, I was today, halfway through that first half, I was like, kind of wish I'd stayed at home.
Yeah. People, a lot of people. I've been getting people message me directly and things like that, saying like we're a Moyes out channel, which really annoys me, right? Because I'm not a Moyes out channel. I'm a fucking bored out channel. I'm bored. It could be anyone in charge, right? It just happens to be Moyes, and it is boring. Look, I don't care what anyone says. You cannot dress that up in any other way. And we know that the Mavropanos mistake led to their equaliser, right? Yeah. But you take that away from it. They had a couple more chances. Okay, we had a couple more chances. But can you say that we was exciting? Can you say we was taking the game to them? I don't think we can.
Of course we won't.
Not at all. Not at all. And what I will say, and this is in no way saying that people that go to the game are any better than fans that don't. But the people that go to the game get a different experience. You like I said, you go through all of that, what we just went through, and then you go over there and you have to physically endure it in the fucking cold and watch that shit. Now, but hang on, Gary. But what I'm trying to say is what you're seeing quite clearly, and you are seeing that divide on Twitter. An awful lot of them, not everyone. There are people that go to the game that are Moyes in. But you saw the boos at the final whistle today. Somebody sent me a video of it. It was quite a blanket boo. I'm not being funny. The majority of people that go to the game, whether they're Moyes in or Moyes out, I think one thing they all are is sick of this football.
Yeah,
they're sick
absolutely.
of it.
Yeah,
sick of it. No one's up singing, are they? No one's up singing and doing this and doing that.
I think Josh behind me always tries to get it started, right, in the Bobby Muller. Always.
Hang on, he literally
tried it 3 or 4 times in the first half. And a couple of times a few people sang, but it was just honestly that I think we've been moist as fans. We have been moist.
It makes sense what you were just saying earlier on, like about how Spurs are now from how they was.
Yeah.
Give the crowd something to cheer about and get behind. Do you know what I mean? Get them excited and that. If they don't, why are they going to make any noise at all?
Yeah, and people say results-based business. As we've had this argument, we had it last week. Yeah, but I will say, look at the empty fucking seats in the stadium. Entertainment does matter.
Yeah,
it does. It does matter.
We haven't beaten.
Like that. That's not good business, is it? If they ain't got bums on seats.
No, it isn't.
But Mickey, with all due respect, mate, if the season tickets are sold,
they're all paid for.
Season tickets are sold. It's all been paid for.
I mean, they'll still look at that as a capacity sellout.
Yeah.
On paper, it'll be a capacity sellout. Yeah. On paper.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That's the way it all works in business. But it's just like you can't blame the fan base when there's nothing.
I don't like having a go at the fans. Yeah, exactly, John. I don't like having a go at the fans. I know I didn't have a row on Twitter. There was a guy on there I was having quite a reasonable discussion with, right?
No,
but he goes there, you know, he goes to every game. I accused him of being a sofa supporter or an armchair supporter, but he only goes to every game. But so that was a mistake. But I said, so why are you saying 60,000 people sat down when you know very well people at the end? I just sat down in the game since I was in the upper tier, right? You don't sit down. You do try and sing. I'll definitely try and sing. If there's a song to, you know, if there's something going on, I'll definitely try and join in.
Yeah.
But a lot of people just feel uninspired, clearly, right? And you need some excitement on the pitch to generate excitement off the pitch, right? We're not European fans. And I know that Moyes was saying, he said this is the second time he's had a go at the fans. A few weeks ago, he alluded to it. He says, you know, as a football supporter, you go along and you support your team, right? As if that's your instruction to go along and support your team. I don't think there's a fan base in this country. It's not the way we do stuff here, right? We don't turn up 2 hours before kickoff like the Germans and whatever else and just have a party through the. There are certain sides, like last year, Forest, if you went to their ground, it was buzzing, right? It was fucking loud. It's only a little ground. This season, dead. Right?
Yeah, we wouldn't, for example's sake, we wouldn't do what the Palace Ultras do, would we? West Ham fans probably wouldn't do that. Now you can take that as you want. Are we boring? Are we? Like, I don't know what it is, but we're not choreographed like that. That's not. No. It's not. No,
we're passionate. We're off the cuff. It's nothing.
Yeah,
planned.
I can't have organised fun. Like it happens.
No, that's it.
Yeah, but you know what, though, John? I think that's pretty much a British thing, apart from Palace.
Maybe,
that is pretty much the way it works for every club.
And Arsenal now, the Ashburton.
Yeah, I know.
You know when like Gary and Nick done the show after Arsenal, you were talking about last week how gushing you was. I'd love to come on here and be so like buzzing up and down.
Mate, this is getting impossible to do. Every show we're doing feels like a cut and paste because the football's cut and paste. It's the same thing. You feel the same way about it. It's thoroughly depressing. But what we won't do on this channel is we're never going to gaslight, and we're and I'm sorry if it might get repetitive, but the situation is repetitive and it ain't improving.
No, it's so predictable. I think Moyes is the enemy of the YouTube channel, right? Because everyone this season has struggled for content, right? There's no news. Nothing happens between games. You're never wondering what team he's going to play this weekend, or so-and-so get a chance, because you know what's going to happen, right? You can almost predict the results. I have almost predicted every result since a couple of games after Brighton, right? Because, listen, I never, when I'm predicting a result, I never predict we're going to lose, but I kind of know, depending on the opposition, how we're going to play, right? And it seemed to me that we were setting up, if we're going to play the struggling teams like a Forest or the bottom teams, we're going to beat them, right? By hook or by crook, we're going to beat them. Our peer group, the ones around us, we ain't beating, right? That suggests to me that we're going to end up in a lower mid-table position, so we're going to be 13, 14, because that's kind of our ability. We've got a much better squad than that, but that is where we're going to end up if we carry on going this way, because literally we have not beaten a decent team in 3 months in the Premier League.
Yeah,
not one.
No. Yeah, but it's been like that all last season as well, Gary. And generally that's the way it is with Moyes. So, I mean, there was a Palace fan on with, I think it might have been Hammers chat with Gio, and he was talking really good the way he spoke. And he said, if you'd have been listening to him talk about Roy, he weren't like overly criticising him or anything. No, but it could have been literally what we were saying. He said the guy, you know, he's safety first. He focuses on the games that he should win. Rarely do you get any other surprises. He said sometimes you do. Like I think they beat Man United, but he said, but basically it is, you know, he plays the same old faces when we've got good, exciting players in the academy and on the bench that he won't bring them in because he don't trust them. It felt the same. And this today, I called it before the game. I said it is going to be a battle of attrition because you got two very similar managers there with very similar mindsets, with a vast array of talent on display. They had fucking Elise, probably the best player on the pitch. A couple of others there, Edouard. They had some good players there. Luckily, they didn't have Eze. And we've got Paqueta and Kudus and Bowen. That should have been a festival of football today. It should have been some really good football being played.
Of course it should. It was criminal what those two managers, those two old dinosaurs, done to all that talent out there on the pitch.
Yeah.
Fucking suppressed it, right? Suppressed it. By the way...
Is that a true stat? Sorry, Gal. Is that a true stat? 19 wins in 2 years in the Premier League.
I'll check it. It probably is including last year because we were terrible. We were terrible. We were
awful last year. Yeah.
Can
I just say?
Can
I just say, building on what Micky said and what Nick said, we don't do the negative stuff to get views. People just watch us anyway, right? If anything, as we found out with the Conference League last year, when we're positive, and if you go back to like the early season, because if you remember, you know that Europa League season up until January, February, we were really good for that season and the whole season before, right? 1.5 really good seasons. Then the second half of that season was shit. Last season was shit. This season is shit. So we're coming up to now 2 whole years of dross in the Premier League.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So,
but listen, I think it's quite simple, and I mean this as well. We know that because of what we've had people saying to us. People just resonate with us. Yeah, we say it as we see it, and the fact is, quite clearly, an awful lot of people feel the same way as us.
Wouldn't it be nice to be positive, though? Wouldn't it be lovely to have something to be positive about? Give us something to be positive about.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, it is very difficult. I mean, I suppose let's move on to the. Lovely. Cheers, mate. Thanks, Ryan.
Cheers,
Ryan. Getting worse.
Yeah, cheers, Ryan.
It is getting worse.
Cheers, Ryan. I hope the weather's good out there, mate.
I'll tell you what, imagine having to get up like silly in the morning for this, because there's a lot of people who watch all over the world.
He's living the life of Riley.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, there was a good goal today. A goal that probably shouldn't have happened. I think the keeper probably should have stopped it if you watch it back. But it was a good move.
Yeah.
Kudus started it. You know, Soufal picked him out. And Kudus slots it in the bottom corner.
Whoa.
Great ball from Ward-Prowse. Great ball from Ward-Prowse to Soufal.
No. Kudus
won the ball, John, in the middle and passed it out to Ward-Prowse.
Ward-Prowse passed it to Soufal. Continued his run.
Yeah, but Nick didn't mention James Ward-Prowse. He missed him out totally.
No, he didn't.
Sorry.
It was a lovely ball out to Soufal as well, done. So he should have got.
No. Hang on a minute, Nick totally missed that James Ward-Prowse from.
I just don't see him, John. I just don't see him on the pitch. I'm sorry.
It was a terrific ball from him, and a really good, that's the second time Soufal was picked out Kudus in that sort of position. He did it against Newcastle. Remember? He's a proper player.
He's a brilliant player. Look, let's not focus on the game too much. We'll get into the player ratings and then we'll talk about some other bits. But there are. I've seen like Paqueta's been slammed.
Why?
Paqueta was shoe-hauled out. He has been. I didn't think he played that badly, but he was out on the left. I mean, as we said before we came on air, the minute he was shifted central, did you see the ball that he played through to Emerson? That pinpoint pass.
Yeah. Look at Luke. Look.
What's that?
He's drained the anger out of you. Like, this is actually very tame and upbeat from you lot
No,
tonight.
mate, no. Honestly, I expected nothing from today's game, and that is exactly what I got. I thought we might get beat. You know, I did. I probably should be happy with a point. That's kind of where I've arrived at this point.
Yeah.
And I just.
Now you sound like boys. Now you sound like boys.
Because we know what we're watching now. It's not acceptable, but we know what we're watching. I don't know. Apathy set in.
I feel like the whole club is on gardening leave for this season. I feel like the fan base, the players.
Yeah.
Good way of putting it.
Because it all stems from silly bollocks upstairs coming out and saying he ain't getting a contract. Because as soon as that comes out, everything's undermined. We're all waiting. You know, no one knows what's going on. Who's the next manager? And you're just seeing out a season where
he's retracted that now, John.
No
he's retracted
he's trying to row it back, John. He's been trying to row it back. He tried again last week.
So literally his latest report is David Moyes. David Moyes gets to choose whether he stays or not.
We lose to Spurs, he'll be out. He'll be telling everybody Moyes out again.
Yeah. He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he really is.
He is. But look, some other people have been making a valid point as well. Look, we do all get the ump with the situation, as we should. We're the fans. Moyes is in control of this team, and what we're watching, we're not happy with. So David Moyes gets it. But ultimately, right? Ultimately, the reason that David Moyes is still here is Sullivan. It is, and this is not acceptable. I know he's gone half the way. He's gone out and he's got Tim starting. He's gone and got some guys in. But when you're hearing sort of messages like that being peddled, that this guy could actually stay beyond this season, if what? I mean,
I know that just pisses over half the fan base off straight away.
Exactly. You hear stuff like that, you're like, oh, fuck off, really?
Yeah.
Most people was uplifted when they heard that he was going to go. We're not keeping him. This is the end of it. That would have given most people a lift. As John said, it writes half the season off. You're on gardening leave. You're like, oh, fucking hell.
But you've been given a date for parole, haven't you? You've been given a date for parole when you're going to get out of prison.
The problem with that is no one needs to impress anybody. The players don't need to impress the manager. The manager don't need to impress the board or the fans, because we know what's going to happen at the end of the season. So that's why Sullivan's gone back on his word, because there's been a massive downturn in performances since that's come out. Even more so, I think. I think Paqueta, I sort of disagree with you a little bit, Nick. I know Paqueta's being played at a position. Most of them are. Who isn't being played at a position, right? Especially in the attacking sense, right? But the frustrating thing with Paqueta for me is the theatrics, being on the floor too much, does get on my wick.
Oh,
but
but
there's no doubt.
He's never going to stop that, John.
No, I know. But that's
to be fair, do you know the elbow? Do you know he was knocked out cold today? I didn't even realise. He got caught on the jaw, didn't he? Did you? Yeah. So it was literally.
Who did?
Paqueta was out. He was gone.
Was he?
Yeah. So he got caught with the tip of the elbow, sort of span the jaw. I didn't see it when I was in there, but when I got back, I saw it. He was out. He was laying there. He was laying there.
Everyone was having a go at him when he was laying there, and
he got caught on the jaw. Yeah.
Well, trouble is, it's like the little boy cried wolf, isn't it? A little girl cried wolf, whatever that story was. Does it so often, play acting, that when he actually goes down and he's hurt, no one takes any notice.
Well, he went down the stage
the way we've been playing lately, I'm looking forward to when he starts doing his
nuts. I know.
Yeah, but honestly though, it's terrible. I don't know what to do. I was starting to doubt myself, right? And I'm not going to bore you with stats. Believe me, I'm not, right? But what I did was,
no,
I'm not. I'm not going to. But what I wanted to do was put together an actual comparison of seasons, like the last 10 seasons and a few real outstanding seasons from years ago, and sort of base it on difficulty of opposition, right? Just to see if I was imagining things. And the fact is, I'm not imagining things. None of us are imagining things. This is actually as bad as it's been. And last season was bottom of the pile, right, in the Premier League. Absolute bottom of the pile. Top of the pile, Slaven Bilic's season. This includes John Lyle's 1985-86 season, by the way. Top of the pile, Slaven Bilic's season. We beat last season at the bowling. Right?
We beat everyone that season.
Yeah. Third, so Lyle second. Third is Moyes' 20. You know, the first season, the lockdown season. Yeah, the lockdown season. We were fabulous. The football we was playing was outstanding, no question. Right? That came third. That's it.
Yeah. But do you know what though? I am going to say that first season, which was a catalyst for Moyes' success, and I always call him the COVID king, right? Because I do think that David Moyes' brand of football, particularly with a fan base like West Ham's, who demand a different style. And they always will, you know, ask Sam Allardyce. I think it was helped massively by COVID because there are clubs out there that benefit hugely from their home support. I don't think that necessarily David Moyes does. Therefore, we had a distinct advantage over other clubs because we were going away to grounds where they didn't have their home support behind them.
Yeah.
And I think it played into his hands massively. And look, he made the most of it. But that's not me criticising West Ham fans. We are bastards when we don't get what we want. We are. And this is not us. Every club's got its own identity. West Ham do have a fucking identity, and he does not fit it. That style of football doesn't fit it. It doesn't. I do think there's an element of fan base that maybe want more. I do think there's an element of the fan base that want Moyes to go, but they have that little thing in the back of their mind going, yeah, but he did win us the trophy. So there's almost like an element of guilt that they want him to go, so they won't really admit it, or they feel
or they feel aggrieved even suggesting it or thinking it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
absolutely.
You've got to look beyond that. You have to look beyond that trophy. And I love the trophy, but you've got to look beyond it.
Mate, honestly, these people, but these people, even if we had 2 more years of dross where we won nothing else and it was this shit, in 2 years' time, they'd still be going, but he won us a trophy.
Yeah, you know what, though? A lot of them, it's pretty obvious, Nick. Nick, it's pretty obvious now that most of them who are saying that shit are just on a wind-up. They don't really believe it.
Honestly, I am telling you, the majority of the noise. I made a post last night, and that was basically to all of the aggressively Moyes in fans. Not all people that like Moyes, okay?
Yeah.
But the aggressive ones, the ones that really come down on you. I said, do us a favour, practice what you preach. Go over to the stadium tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you show us how to support this team and support this football. And of course, you see nothing. Do you know why? Because they don't fucking go.
Yeah, I know.
They don't go.
Can I just say one thing? Because there's a few people in the state said better than 85-86 season. No way. Listen, it was an objective database exercise. And if you compare 85-86, which was incredible, that gets my vote as the top one, obviously, right? But on this basis of difficulty, remember, Bilic went to Liverpool and won 3-0. He beat all of the top sides that season. We beat Liverpool twice, didn't we? Was it twice or 3 times? I
don't
know. So when you base it on difficulty of teams that you beat, especially away, and you across this, he's top. Only just. He's top.
Look, it's a very simple metric. Basically, say for instance, Man City would be worth 5 points. Burnley would be worth 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So in terms of the difficulty of opposition, so that's how he's done it. And look, but it does basically play out exactly how we would think. Moyes beat shit. You know, he focuses on those. He's predictable. He gets, if there's, Sheffield United. I mean, we only just got past Burnley. Let's face it.
Yeah,
we only just got past them. But yeah, no, it is what it is. I mean, what do you think after to rub salt in the wounds? I caught the second half of the Spurs game, the Man City game. Micky, I'll come to you on this one. Did you watch it?
It's a great watch, wasn't it?
What do you think? Bearing in mind we had Gary from Watford last week telling us, we could have had Postecoglou. He's going to get sacked. He's going to lose another game. You don't want to be playing rubbish football, and
so
companies was just fucking beat fucking Sheffield United 5-0 after us. So, what do you think? Looking at that, and looking at the way that we play, what are your thoughts on us going to Spurs on Thursday? Sorry, Gary, I do love you, but I'm still wound up from your call last week.
Wow, what a question! It's terrifying. It's terrible. I know we always turn up against Spurs. We always do turn up, usually, and that's the one team I always want us to turn up to. But I fear for that game. Yeah. I think that we would get absolutely smashed. I think they'd just pull us apart. I think
could a battering, John? Could a really severe battering see the end of him? How bad a battering would it need to be for him to basically, not be able to go into a press conference and say, "Yeah, I blame the fans"?
Yeah.
I don't think we'll get battered, but I think
I'm asking you a question. How bad a battering would it take for him to go?
Oh, he ain't going to blame the fans about Spurs, is he? They're going to be on fire, aren't they?
I've said it to you. I think he's almost untouchable. I genuinely do. I just think,
and that is on Sullivan. That's on Sullivan all day.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's always been on Sullivan, right? And again, I feel so terrible saying it, but Sullivan creates the situation time and time again.
He does.
He's created the club being in limbo by releasing that fucking thing about Moyes won't get a contract, right? He's put the club in limbo. We are all in limbo. We're just keeping our head above water as a fan base, as a club. The players don't. It's ridiculous. The players are thinking, well, I don't need to impress anybody. And I'm not saying that's right, and I'm not saying that's definitely what's happening. But that's what can happen because they think, I ain't got to listen to this manager. I don't have to play for the manager. I disagree with that totally because they should be playing for the fans. But that's what could happen.
Agree, John. Yeah.
And then you've got the players coming on. I mean, did he say something today about I didn't have anyone on the bench who I thought could change the game? Did he say something?
Cornet wasn't on the bench, was he?
Yeah, and we saw. I mean,
Sorry, Nick, Gal, sorry, just quickly. Can you imagine Benrahma and Cornet hearing that, looking at each other, thinking, "Oh, he hates us."
It's unbelievable.
So again,
do you know what? I didn't even think of it from that angle. But this is another thing. When people say our backup players, they're rubbish, they're demotivated as fuck. I mean, in that European game, he literally came out and said, "I'm just resting my key players," didn't he?
Yeah.
That's what he said.
There's no motivation in that squad. There's no motivation. There's no motivation in that squad, and the reason he can say, sorry to say this because I feel terrible, but I feel really bad here. For him to say that, he's created that. There's no one that can come on and change it because possibly he's kicked the stuffing out of too many of them, and a lot of them have lost their way. So they've got players who are meant to be in it. We've got a better squad than we had last year on paper.
We have.
Right? But a lot of them are underperforming. And people and the fans are going to blame the player, but you've got to look closer to their own. Motivation comes within that dressing room. And that's another thing I've got about the whole we let in so many goals between the 45th and 60th minutes. So many goals. Because I can't imagine the halftime team talks being inspirational.
No.
Well,
he ain't inspirational, is he? There's nothing about him. There's nothing about Moyes that is inspirational.
What?
Tell me something.
What is he do? What is he do? What do you think happens at half time, Mickey? No, honestly. I mean,
it ain't just half time, is it, Nick? We took the lead in the 13th minute.
Gary,
we should have gone for a second goal. Right?
Specifically, half time has been a massive issue for us this year.
If you're going in at half time and you've got say we're coming in with a clean sheet at half time, he's buzzing about that. I genuinely think he's buzzing for that. So. There's not much motivation to go out and get another goal or get a goal if we're coming in with a clean sheet. So there's no motivation. But on the opposite team, their managers fucking having it for them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Firing them up to go and score. And that's what happens. Because look at, like John just said, look how many times we concede between in the second half, the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's a joke. It is an absolute joke. I mean, it's actually getting worse because it's happening all the time now.
All the time.
But apparently, didn't he say something? I think it was the West Ham Way posted another comment, and he obviously got asked. Must have got asked a difficult question, and he reacted with, "Well, what do you think we're doing? We don't feed them pie at half time.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're looking into it."
That. Yeah, I saw that.
So he obviously got asked a very difficult question and answered in a very narky way, which we know David Moyes does. If you look at the media questions that he gets asked, Gary, they're very carefully. You know,
from the club's interviewer,
they never push him, do they?
Well, because he always reacts like a petulant bastard, doesn't he? When he's asked a difficult question, always, especially if it's a woman, asking it. I don't know if you've noticed that, but he always reacts badly to women.
Yeah,
but that's after a life of women reacting badly to him, I guess.
More than likely.
Yeah,
more than likely.
Sorry, stud.
Yeah, I know. You know what I mean? Oh, come on. At least I don't look like a ball bag.
He does like a really, really old ball bag. Not that I've ever seen a really old ball bag. It's just what I imagine an 80-year-old ball bag. If anyone in the chat has got an 80-year-old ball bag and you want to send a picture of one in, let me know.
Gary knows firsthand what a really old ball bag looks like.
Better looking than Moyes.
Right, let's just fucking do these poor fucking players. I'm starting to feel sorry for him now. Honestly, I actually am. To have to play football for this fucker,
Nick, can I just say something quickly?
Go on.
Just a shout out to Oliver Fairs.
Yes,
Oscar Fairs. Sorry, Oscar Fairs. But just to say, everyone knows, like West Ham fans know the story behind Oscar and the horrendous situation that he's been through and the family. They're genuinely lovely family. Won't go into detail, but obviously he had a brain tumour and it put him in a wheelchair for a bit. And it was just lovely to see. And probably the best thing that happened for the day he'd come out on the pitch walking with Alphonse Areola. And it was just lovely to see him up and a big smile on his face after everything that he's gone through. I know the family, they're genuinely a lovely family, and it's just horrendous what they're about to go through. So,
it's
a wonderful.
He's part of the academy over there, isn't he? I think he's under 14, and he's the under 14 keeper.
Very,
very good keeper. My boys played against him actually. He's a very good keeper. So hopefully he gets back to.
That's brilliant. Good luck to him and his family.
Yeah.
Well, that's a really brilliant story that he's made a comeback like that.
Yeah. No, it's fantastic. Right, very quickly, whoever Mick, whoever you are, you generous person, you've gifted 5 Claret and Booze memberships in the chat. So I don't. Well, he's just gifted them in the chat. I don't know how you claim them back, but that's amazing. So thank you very much. You're a top man. You're a very generous guy. Yeah, so someone can take a membership off of it. Yeah, it's good.
Oh,
thank you very much.
Very nice of you,
Cheers
Mick.
for doing
Very
that.
nice
Really nice of you, top man. But no, look, it has been hard. It's been hard for all fans, but it's very difficult for all of us that have been connected with this.
Yeah.
Because when to stick to your guns like we have done as well, and we always will. Bit and half difficult though, because you go through the ups and downs with Moyes, and the minute you get a couple of wins, they're fucking on you, and you're getting shit, and this, that, the other. You just, if you believe in something, you stick with it, and we've all firmly believed in this the whole way through.
Yeah,
we have done. It's not a case of being proven right. It's got nothing to do with it. We just truly believe.
Also, I don't want to be proven right. Yeah. I expect to go to Spurs and get absolutely. After watching Spurs today, I expect to get absolutely rumped if we go to Spurs and sit back, because they'll just swarm all over us. They're relentless. They don't stop, right? They pile forward in numbers. Poor Suval will be turning around. He'd be dizzy, right? It's just gonna get horrible if we do that. And we've not made, to remind you, against decent sides that we've played, like Man City and Liverpool, and Spurs are up there with them, right? We tried to play this defensive block, and it kind of worked for 20, 25 minutes. They break you down, then they just beat you, right? It's easy.
Yeah.
I would love to think still. I'd love to. Nothing I'd like more than for us to go and beat Spurs, and then we can get on and we can talk about saying good. Wouldn't that be brilliant?
Yeah,
exactly.
It would be.
Exactly. Shit, that's a win against Spurs. I'd love it.
I don't know how we're going to do this. I'm going to task the rest of you three with this. But as people are in a giving mode, and it is coming up to Christmas, I've ordered some extra mugs. But first of all, I'm gonna auction out Gary and John's teabagging Moyes out mugs.
Fuck off.
So I'm not auctioning them; they're gifts. So you freak? No. I've got extras. So two mugs today. We have to think about how we can give them out. So whether that's a question that we can ask in the chat, John, or something like that. Have a little think throughout the rest of the show about how we can do it.
I'll think. Oh, hello.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
Whoa.
Bloody hell, Jonathan Boyce. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Jonathan Boyce, I'm going to give you a call on Monday, by the way. This is a lovely gentleman that runs an analytics company that he's been following us since day one, and he's looking at potentially sponsoring us as well. So I'm going to give you a call back, mate, tomorrow.
Give him markup then.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
No, it's really nice of you, Jonathan.
But do you know what, Jonathan? That $49.99, it doesn't buy you a teabagging Moyes out mug. Unfortunately, we're going to think of another way to do that with the
Jonathan, if you'd have waited, right? If you'd have waited, you could easily have won that auction.
You could easily have won it.
Fucking hell.
It's not going to be a money one. It's just going to be for anyone. We'll ask a couple of questions in the chat or something like that.
The people around me at football, I really like them. Right, it's a really nice area over there. You know, Paul went there today, but we've got Steve over there. We've got Russell down there, and we've got his son Josh behind. The other guys behind, they're really nice. The guy in front, I've just started talking to as well, so I'm all sides now. And he's a lovely bloke. He's from up in Norfolk. Don't know his name yet.
Yeah.
He's from up in Norfolk, and he said Arsenal supporting friends the other day, and I don't know. It's just made me laugh. Right? He said they feel so guilty about underpaying for Declan Rice that the Arsenal fans have started a GoFundMe for West Ham.
Oh.
God. Right. Bloody hell. Right, let's do these player ratings just quickly, get these done. But yeah, John, Micky, Gary, have a little think about how we can do
I'm thinking. Calm down. I'm thinking.
If everyone can send John nude photos of themselves, he'll choose the best one. He'll love it. You love it, John.
He loves a dick. He loves a dick pic, old John, don't you?
He does. Yeah.
I've lost the thing.
There ain't a camera big enough.
I'm so fried today. Right. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Start with me, Areola. I thought Areola had a pretty solid game today. I've got to be honest. I think his distribution was very good. He didn't have too much to do, but what he did have to do, I think he dealt with he dealt with well. It was nothing to do with him, really, the goal. Nothing he could do with that. He was not the person to blame for that.
It was a bit of a
error.
fluke, wasn't it? He hit the bloke. And it went really wide.
He didn't get the cleanest contact on it. There was nothing, it was nothing to do with Areola. He played well. I'll give him a 7. He couldn't have done any more than what he did. He was fine today.
No.
Right, John. Give you a good one. Emerson. I think he was almost back to his best today.
You're gonna review it before you go, John? Then?
Always do.
What's that?
Yeah.
Am I reviewing it? Are you going to give me the script, or what's going to happen here?
That's what I just did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Emerson.
I thought he was good. I thought he was good. I thought he'd done well to get on the end of Paqueta's fantastic ball. I would say that I did think he was. I don't know what the word would be. He was pinned back somewhat by. Is it Elise? What's his name?
Yeah, Elise, their best player. Yeah.
Yeah. He's their best player, so you'd expect it. I thought he did okay. I don't think he was great, Nick. He wasn't below average. I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, he was.
I thought he'd done all right in keeping Elise quiet, to be honest.
He kept him fairly quiet. He had a lot to do, so I didn't see him in an attacking sense a lot because he couldn't, because he had to concentrate on him. He did that side of the game good. So go on, I'll give him a 6.
As much as I love our players and the way they played today, Elise was the best player on the pitch today. He was
a good player. We know that.
That's true, James, by the way. Emerson does play much better when Paqueta's in the middle and he has a left winger in front of him. That is very true. Very true. Tell Moyes that.
You saying that Elise was the best player on the pitch?
I thought he was today, yeah.
What, out of everyone?
No,
even Kudus. I think he was brilliant. I thought
Kudus was unplayable.
Kudus was outstanding, outrageous, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He was good. I like Elise. He's a player I would like us to sign. Gary, Soufal.
Soufal, assist for the goal. Listen, I don't think we got attacked. I was a bit worried that Elise had switched second half to down his side. He didn't. And so Soufal had a really comfortable afternoon. Mavropanos was actually getting in when he went forward and covering the right back position. He's very mobile, Mavropanos. So I thought he played all right. I give him. I can't give him less than a 6, really. I've marked him harshly recently.
Yeah, no, he weren't terrible today.
Yeah.
It's his fifth assist of the season, 5th assist in the Premier League.
That was that, and you know what? That was a pick out. He literally picked Kudus out as well. It was good.
Yeah,
he did that. He did. Yeah.
Right, Micky, go on. I'll go down the bottom, put you up the top, Mick. 1 minute. Go on. You can have Aguirre.
I down the bottom, yeah.
He's had worse games. I didn't think he was bad. To be fair, I thought the defence did all right as a whole.
Did you see, Mick? Did you remember that pinpoint fucking ball for Bowen? The one chance that Bowen had.
He does it. Yeah, I do like it. He's got that in his locker, and he does do that quite often as well. To be fair to you, but
great ball.
Yeah, he done nothing bad. I'd say what's above average between 6 and 7. I'll go for probably a 6. To be fair to you.
Yeah.
Average game. Yeah, he had good moments, but he didn't. Yeah, 6.
Yeah.
Look at that username, Ching Chang Walla. Hey.
Roger says.
Go on, mate.
Just quickly, Roger give him a 6, but he says he's sick of Aguire's long balls. I don't know why.
No. Yeah, but the thing is, mate, what you got to bear in mind is I know you're sick of his long balls, but that is our game plan. That's what he's being asked to do. It's the way that we play. We're playing long ball. Aguirre is the outlet.
Dawson used to do them long balls. You remember? Dawson.
Yeah. I agree with you. We play far too many in that Burnley game. He played 23 and only 7 of them found the target. But it was just it's obviously it's a game plan. But yeah, I'm sick of it as well.
That is the problem. It's too much. It is too much.
It's way too much.
Yeah.
Mavropanos, I thought if he hadn't have made that fuck up today, he was as good as Aguirre. I think he played really well. You know, he was doing some good covering for Soufal on the right hand side. Carried the ball up a few times. Made some good timely interceptions. I do like the way he steps out. He steps out to make a challenge. He's quite a good progressive centre back. But he did make a catastrophic fuck up. No, look, bear in mind, I'm not going to say that lost us the win because we still had 35 minutes with which David Moyes had subs that he could have used to have changed the game back in our favour. But nonetheless, it was a bad error. So if it was,
it's true.
It was a donkey error. I'm sorry, it was.
It's true. Did Moyes turn down Elise from Reading?
More than likely, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
so he did play well, but unfortunately, that was, if any. That was bad. I mean, he literally passed the ball to Edouard, didn't he?
Yeah. It was awful. It was awful. But again, most of his game was really, really solid. It's a shame. It did cost us 2 points, really, because we weren't going. But
technically, he did. But Gary, you still but a manager has got options. When that happens, he's got 35 minutes, and he's got players on the bench. You know, it weren't. You know, it's only because Moyes just fucking sits on his hands, and we didn't really do anything. Again, it looked like the last 10 minutes that we came alive again.
I guess what I'm saying is, Palace weren't bothering us really.
No.
Right, we were quite safe, and then we just invited them back into it. There was no need to do that. They didn't even really threaten to win the game when they got level, did they? Apart from with that freak. Was that free kick first half? Was it that one that whizzed wide first half on it?
Yeah.
Oh, we got deflection.
Yeah.
Right, Micky, your mate Souček.
Was it me again? I thought it was John. Or are we going?
No, I did Mavropanos. You're doing Souček. I'll put you up the top.
Okay. Right. Souček. Do you know what? Right. This is what I thought when I was watching the game. I thought he's not having such a bad first half for him, and then I realised I was watching more press. I couldn't.
It
couldn't distinguish the two. They look a bit similar. I didn't have my glasses on, though, to be fair. So Souček for me done nothing. He does nothing. If he ain't scoring a goal, he's sort of pointless on the pitch for me. I'm gonna donkey him up. I'll give him a 4. He done nothing.
I am with Shaky here about donkeying up Mavropanos. I mean, unless you've taken 2 points away for that mistake, because he wasn't a 5, he was a 6, right?
But it's a cost. In the grand scheme of things.
Gary, that was a cost. Listen. I like Mavropanos, so I've done that to prove that I'm impartial.
Yeah, I prefer Mavropanos to Zuma. I prefer Mavropanos to Zuma. I think he's a better. How can I say more mobile? There was once in the first half. Do you remember where he stretched out his telescopic leg and took the ball away from the player? Really, really good.
Look. I'm not caning Mavropanos. He had a good game, but he made a comical error. Unfortunately, and you can't do that as a centre back.
No,
you can't. You don't get away with it.
He did a few of them for Arsenal, though, you know, when he was in the Premier League before, just saying.
Yeah, but I do think that defenders that are like what we've got here now, which, you know, I think that you'll get more. They'll make mistakes, but there'll be more positives and negatives. And does that make sense? Because they're progressive. They'll I think so anyway. We'll see.
The way football is played across the board now, there's more mistakes because people take more risks, don't they? So
yeah.
Was that the kind of mistake he used to make for Arsenal then?
He has made a couple. I'm not saying he made loads, but he did make a couple with Arsenal. Very similar.
Yeah. But I like him though. I'd like him to
but look. To be fair, that is nothing that Harry Maguire hasn't done in the last fucking 24 months, and worse.
Every defender. No, I'm saying they all make that mistake now. That happens a lot. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm not writing him off or anything. You know what I mean?
No. But it is interesting. I don't think there is a fault-free defender in our price range, is there? Really?
He was a captain today, Souček, as well, by the way.
Imagine that.
I think the thing is this all harps back to the hold of the Premier League playing the same way. And my argument is always you play that way if you've got the players that can do it. And I just think some teams are taking astronomical risks at the back, trying to play like Man City, for example, and we don't have the players with the same ability as Man City.
I think we're taking astronomical risks with that central midfield that is making my fucking eyes bleed whenever I see it. And I include Alvarez as part of it because he is affected. He is affected by having those two, which are not a good central midfield pivot either side of him. They're really fucking not. He's completely... And the thing is, they're not even really using him. I don't even know what Alvarez's role was in Ward-Prowse because 1 minute Alvarez was deep and splitting the defence. The next minute, Ward-Prowse was back there. I have no idea. I mean, it's one thing having a pivot if they're the same player and you get them to take turns. They're not the same fucking player. They're specialists. Get Alvarez to do his job. Get Ward-Prowse to do his job.
I think Alvarez, I think Moyes is trying to get Alvarez to do the Rice role, which is sit deep, but also maraud forward at times. And Alvarez, I'm not saying he can't do it.
And his job.
Ain't his game, though, is it?
Well, we missed that because basically we don't play. We don't pass through the lines.
No.
We don't do
No,
it.
we
So
break the lines with the ball, yeah,
when we
don't
had
pass it.
Declan Rice. Declan Rice used to be our outlet. He used to people used to criticise him for it, but we needed him to carry the ball up the field. They're trying to replace that now with Alvarez, and that's why the only other way we can get forward is from Aguirre fucking crossfield passes. But anyway, John Alvarez.
I mean, you know, I don't know. I agree with you. I mean, the Mavropanos pass ended up with Alvarez being the deepest of the defence. You know, he was the one, you know, facing up to Edouard, whatever his name is, which is, I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it when he drops into like a third centre-back when we're playing out from the back, which just throwed me a little bit, to be honest with you. I mean, you couldn't get any deeper if you tried. I just think with him, I agree with you. He's probably being exposed somewhat because he's another player being asked to do stuff that he's not really akin to him, you know. And it's you've got to play to your players' strengths that you've got. And this is my point. You can't keep asking them to do stuff out of the ordinary. And I've been guilty of it in the past. You know, I've said players should be able to adapt and all that. But I always remember watching an interview with Gary Neville when he said, "I'm a right back." And when they tried to play me right wing back, which is only 5 yards further up the pitch, I struggled like hell. And I suppose we expect all players to be able to adapt massively. But I think Alvarez, we know what he is. Don't try and change him.
No.
You know, we know what his strengths are.
Well, but John, sorry, mate. If you look at those three in the middle, right, you've got three specialists. Now, in a central midfield, it's fine to have a specialist. It's fine to have, you know, your CDM. But there has to be a couple of jacks of all trades in there, don't there? People who can do, look, they're your box to boxes. They're the ones that can do everything. They're the ones that can kind of knit it all together. But Alvarez isn't that, Suchek ain't. And it's what I mean. We've got a midfield full of specialists, and they're not even being used to their specialism.
It's annoying.
That's not a real word.
It's annoying. It's frustrating.
He also, I mean, Alvarez nearly done what Mavropanos did, didn't he? He did a similar thing, give the ball away in a very dangerous position. Look, the whole dynamic of the midfield has changed. The way he's using that midfield since the start of the season has changed, and you can see the performances have gone downhill from the most of the midfield, if I'm honest with you. But I will only score him accordingly, and I'll give Alvarez a 5 for today. 5.
Yeah. Alex Bailey, bang on. Paqueta is literally your peak jack of all trades.
Yeah.
And he's out on the fucking wheel.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you think Alvarez looked a bit, say, lightweight, but he weren't going in for it? Like he was too worried about getting booked again or something?
Look, if it's true, and all of these players had David 19, like they were supposed to have had, which is why they couldn't travel to Serbia, then maybe they're ill. I don't know. But he did look a little bit limp, a little bit more limp than normal.
He just weren't going into it. I think he made one strong tackle, and that was towards near the end when they up their end. Do you know what I mean? That was the only bit of fight that I see him. He just won't look like him.
I mean, what's he got? He's got 6 or 7 yellow cards already. Maybe they've said to him, "Look, we can't have you keep getting suspended. You need to be careful a little bit." But the danger with that is you take that side of the game out of him.
100%.
He's always going to run the risk of getting yellow cards, right? It's just the way he plays. If you take that out of him, that's a big part of his game.
It is. Right, Gary, when the one-trick pony's one trick isn't working, what is he?
Oh,
well, look, he had that free kick today, didn't we? And we're all looking at it because Hawaiian tried to open the book before the game to say whether he'd get that free kick, that famous free kick to equal Beckham's record today. And I just said it's never going to happen. And he proved me right, didn't he? That was a dog shit free kick, wasn't it? Straight into the wall.
Perfect range for him.
It was perfect range. That's why I was feeling quite lucky about it when it happened, because we don't get many of those, do we? He's got to take the chances. He's not going to get that other free kick with us.
He was poor today.
He's got 1 in 10 free kicks for Southampton.
John, he was.
Nick, why do you neglect with James Ward-Prowse, you seem to neglect the fact that he's also being played out of position? But
I agree. But look, listen. But Suchek's been marked the same. He was shit. He weren't being used to his strengths today. He's got one.
Suchek has been shit for a long time, right, apart from his goals. Let's be honest about it, right? James Ward-Prowse today showed you what he can do when he's on the ball, when he's going forward with it. When he played that pass to Soufal, that is his game. He's done that more than once this season. I'm sorry. So,
on today's performance, Gary, how did James Ward-Prowse play?
Well, look, in the first half,
in one of the 5 positions that he played in.
You're going to let me talk, or you're going to talk?
Oh, there you go again.
Right. In the first half, I thought James Ward-Prowse was being solidly played out on the left as an additional player to try and help because of the threat of a Lacey. You also had Paqueta over there, but when we're pushing forward, it seemed that JWP pulled out left and Paqueta went towards the middle, right? Which I thought, oh, this looks interesting. And then on the other side, you had Kudus going inside as well as Soufal sort of overlap. So I thought that's quite good because you get them into some more attacking positions. So I was quite happy with the first half, to be honest. So I'm not going to mark him down. It was a great pre-assist for him as well. That ball out to Soufal.
East side, JWP's got 9 assists this season.
Yeah.
9 corners.
Doesn't fucking matter. Why do you? What does it matter?
Listen,
yeah, but I'm saying, I know, but it's a corner.
Am I going to be able to finish rating this player?
Let him land. Let Gary land.
Let me land. Let you land.
Listen,
I thought first half he was absolutely fine, and I thought he played while we were attacking, we're on the front foot. I thought he was great. I thought second half not as good. So look, I'm going to give him an average of 2, 5.
Okay.
I ain't donking him up.
Okay, that's fine.
I think he was a lot better than the other 2 midfielders, Alvarez and Sousa, to be fair.
I agree.
I'll give him a 6. Yeah. True.
No, you're not allowed to change. That's your
Right,
your initial instinct. Right,
You know what?
Lucas.
When we get to the player ratings, I think Micky, and Gary, we should just go off screen and let you do it, Nick. Because you don't know.
I didn't mark him. Right, Lucas Paqueta. I'm going to probably go against. I have marked him up. I've donked him up a couple of weeks when he's played poorly. I don't think he was particularly poor today. I think he's
the old boy finish.
I think he's challenging he was very good. His duels, he was winning tackles. His short passing was fine. There wasn't any mistakes that he made. He does get lost out on the left hand side. I think he was probably a 6 when he was out on the left. But then when he came into the middle, he completely and utterly woke up. Like we saw that ball that he put through, a pinpoint pass through to Emerson, and just unfortunate Emerson was at full stretch. It was for me. I'm gonna give him a 6. It's a high 6, but a 6 it is. He weren't bad today. He wasn't bad. He weren't bad today.
He's worthy of a 6 myself, but it's your choice.
That's fine. It's my score. That's fine.
You've scored him more than James Ward-Prowse.
Yeah, I find that a bit unbelievable, but
why?
That's fine.
Well, you're crowing on about one pass that Ward-Prowse made. He just made. He
well, no. I thought he had a genuinely decent first half.
We didn't score from his pass. So
no.
Yeah, he did. Right.
No, we didn't score from Paqueta's pass.
Right, Micky. Danny Ings.
Jean-Claude Boutier. Yes, it is. It's an agenda.
Right.
What were your thoughts on the new Danny
No,
Ings this week?
with this, I wondered, right? So, Mabama
bullied.
got stick, right? Mabama got stick for his performance in Europe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, and everyone who supported him said he had no, he had nothing to go on. And I wonder if them same people who slaughtered Mabama will slaughter Bowen.
No, they won't.
Of course they won't. You do it.
Of course they won't. But what I'm saying is, it just goes to show that what we were talking about just before we come on, that role is pointless in a Moyes system. It's a pointless role because we don't feed anything. We don't create nothing for that centre forward. It's just a poor position that we've got there. We're carrying it's an handicap for us the way we play. So there's going to be no striker that is going to look.
Well, Mick, you think back, right? When everyone bangs on, they go, "Oh, he's shit," like Ings, Mabama's shit. When they say these players are shit,
Antonio's shit.
Yeah, you'll probably find
shit.
Because usually you'll say a striker's been shit when they've been missing chances. What chances have they missed?
Yeah, he's probably not fit as well today.
We're not creating enough chances for that position. For that position, we're not creating enough chances. Nowhere near it.
That's not any player
that's playing in that position is going to look crap. They're going to look rubbish, and we definitely know Bowen is not that boring rubbish player. He's not that. So unfortunately for Bowen, I've got to give him a below average 5.
And also, you know what the annoying thing for me is, right? Bowen had that knock on his knee. He had fluid on his knee.
Yeah.
We've rushed him back. We've put him up front in a position that is
he's playing up against massive centre-backs. He's going up against
physical centre-backs as well.
Yeah.
Put Div on. Why not start with Div and bring Bowen on for half? I mean, whatever you want to do, but
we can't call him Div, John.
Divine as actually Divine didn't even get a look in today, did he?
All right, Divvy then, Divvy. You know
Call him
Divvy.
Divvy. Yeah, put Divvy on. That's Suchek Divvy, isn't it? But he was well upset he couldn't do his spinny today, wasn't he?
Me too,
spinny.
You know what I mean, though. You've got your star man back. You said right. You've just come back from a little bit of a knock, fluid on your knee. Go up front and run around and chase fuck all. What's the point?
Yeah.
What is the point? You're losing him from the right hand side. Put Divvy up front.
Jonathan, continue talking about Kudus.
How true.
Don't ever call me Jonathan again. Just don't ever call me Jonathan again. I'm just going to say
Jonathan.
Yeah, I mean, look, Kudus is. I watched it back earlier the goal, and the commentator went, "Kudus is really enjoying himself in East London," and he is. He's done really well. He's hit the ground running. He scored another goal. Took it very well. Maybe the keeper should have should have saved it. But sometimes when you hit them early, they're not set. The keepers,
It was wet as well, wasn't it? It was wet out.
It was. That's because I was in the stadium. But so yeah, I think what for me.
Thing is, I won't call him Tim Steiten's Kudus today because there's little things that I do to piss people off because that sort of thing gets retweeted when I said that before. But I can't say that today because Tim Steiten's Mavropanos cost us a goal as well. So
I love him. I love his celebration when he sits on the advertising boards and points at his name. I think he's. I think if we keep him long enough, he could be the star for us going forward. I'll give him an 8.
Yeah. Now listen, I was told today from someone that was watching it on TV. Well, I saw his chest control, right? But apparently on TV, when he controls the ball with his chest, you get a doof. It's like he's got a powerful solid chest. Serious. Yeah, he's a powerful little geezer.
Did you see when he balled that ball down out the air with his fucking I was taking the piss now.
He goes same gym as me, didn't he? That's why we got chest.
So sorry, John, I didn't hear your score.
So I said an 8, Nick. Is that all right? You want me to change it? Or
an 8. No, that's I concur. 8's fine.
He was literally is the only thing that's worth watching on that West Ham team at the moment. Sadly, I'll get excited by him.
Right, Pablo Toenails came on. weren't my choice, but I thought he'd done well when he came on.
Yeah.
Just queuing you up.
88 minutes. He came on. From the minute he came on, he went onto the left-hand side, which is funny enough where Kudus was playing by this point. He was all over the place, Kudus. And Fornals played Kudus in twice. He was really busy down there. It shows me that Kudus can play on the left as well as the right. He don't really fucking matter where he plays, right? And he crossed with his left foot as well, right? Now, I thought he made quite
he's left-footed. Or you talking about Fornals?
No, he can do left foot or right foot. That's what I'm saying. He can do both. He can do both, right? No, I'm talking about Kudus. Now, Fornals, I'm going to give him I'll give him a good 6 for that. I thought it was a good performance. Best. Brilliant, really. How many minutes was it? What was it? 6 minutes. About the 88 minutes. 8 minutes it was, right? 8 minutes in total. It was the best 8 minutes he's played for some time, right? So 6.
It was.
He was involved. We nearly won it. Had Bowen at his shooting boots. So he actually had a point blank header that it was straight at the keeper, right? But I put Bowen down as unfit today.
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
Probably was unfit. That's my point, Gal. Why risk it?
No, I agree.
It's just ridiculous behaviour.
I'm marking the. I don't think the ref was bad today. I know a lot of people are complaining that because they say Mitchell should have been sent off because he kicked out. But did you see Soufal whack him in the face with his elbow?
Yeah,
it was literally. He did the right thing. But I will give him a 1 and a donkey because he had a perfect opportunity to send Moyes off for dissent and he didn't.
I just want to highlight. I
should have sent him off. Red card.
Can I just go back to one of your scorings, mate?
Go on.
Who scored 4 nails?
Me.
Okay.
He gets 1 point per minute.
How did Fornals get more than James Ward-Prowse, who basically
he gets because for the 8 minutes he was on, he was involved in every attack.
Yeah. See, notice how he don't say, how can Fornals get more than Souček? He's his new love child. James Ward-Prowse is John's new love child.
No, because he's your new hate figure. He's your new hate figure. That's the point.
There was 2 chances there at the end,
I just find him very average and
Three chances at the end. Kudus made 2 of them. One was the cross to Bowen, which he should have scored from. One was a cross to Sufal. Sufal just had a fucking head rush and didn't know what to do with. He could have just side-footed that and hoped for the best, right? And the other one was Emerson from Paqueta, right? Absolutely fantastic. That was in the last 8 minutes.
Yes. Right, David Moyes. Very simple today. I think he was fucking useless. I do. I think he was rubbish. His in-game management was pants. I think, like John said, bringing Rushing Bowen back, putting him in a central attacking role where you're basically used as a battering ram. Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous what he did there. The central midfield again. He will at some point. It will click in his thick fucking head that Souček and Ward-Prowse don't work in the middle, and they will be gone. Not gone from the team, but from central midfield. It won't be those 3. It will happen. He will discover it, but it will take a few weeks because, like I said, he is a bit slow.
He discovered it previously, Nick. It was Alvarez and Ward-Prowse.
But he hasn't discovered it because he's persisting with this.
What made him change what he had? Because that was okay. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I think it was when he had to get Kudus. I think it was when he had to get Kudus in the team.
Even Burnley passed through that midfield like unnoticed, right? So imagine what Spurs midfield is going to do to that midfield.
The only thing I will say is, the only thing I will say is, if we play that the right way, for instance, if he was brave, because the way Spurs play, they play with pace. Now, I know Son's fast. He ain't quicker than fucking Aguirre. Mavropanos ain't slow. If we played the right way and you played to these 2 defenders' strengths, we could deal with them, but we won't. I think we're gonna do what they're not good at, make them play backs to the wall, and we're gonna get hurt. I think we're gonna play deep.
Yeah, we will.
I think you'll get we'll get chances against Spurs as well. You know.
Yeah. Only if we play on the counter, John, because we the way we do it. If we sit everybody deep and Kudus. And Kudus is sitting back helping Sufal as well. That is the outlet. Kudus is the outlet. Bowen is as well. But, I just don't see it working. If we sit deep and invite them on and we go behind, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. And you know what? They're relentless as well. I think if they smell blood with us, we're going to get hurt. Like
they don't stop, Nick. They don't stop.
We're going to get hurt. They're not going to fucking put the brakes on. So, yeah, I'm giving him a 1. John, what are your thoughts on Moyes?
I wouldn't give him a 1. I mean, that's very low. But
all right, Micky, what would you give Moyes?
I'd give him a 4.
Go on. Go on, John. Go on, John.
No, look. Listen. Of course, putting Bowen up front when he's just come back and losing him from the right hand side, ridiculous. Could have had Div there. Brought on was Fornals our only sub, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, he brought on 4 now in 89th minute. 89th minute, which is the sort of time you make a sub to kill time, isn't it? It's like when you're trying to run the.
That's what he tried to do, John. He was happy with a point. He was deeply.
Yeah, but the difference is now they had the time on. But what I'm saying is it was that sort of tactic, wasn't it? And I just thought, you've got pace on the bench. You've got a young kid who's hungry. You've got Cornet who put in a fantastic cross in the Burnley game. Might be a little bit, a bit buzzing that he got a bit of time and he set up the goal and all that. And you just think, and you've just said, I don't think there's anything on the bench that can change it. I just think, what? Again, didn't need to say it, but he said it. He shoots himself in the foot all the fucking time. For me, I'd give him a 4. I'd give him a donkey, but not a 1.
I think this one here, right? The dog.
Hang on, Micky's turn, Gary. 1 minute.
Go on.
Go on, Micky.
No, you're right. Someone in the chat said I look bothered. And you know what? The more I think about this team and everything and how it is with Moyes, it's depressing as shit. Like, he done nothing. It's the same. It's exactly the same week in, week out. And I know, like, Nick, you said that he was going to see the Souček and Alvarez or Ward-Prowse combination and he'll eventually change it.
He will, mate.
I don't think he will.
He will change it. It happens every time. No. Whenever the fans can see something that's failing, he does change it eventually. He does.
I think the only way he's going to change it is if one of them get injured or he's got like suspended or something. Like, I can't understand why he changed it from the start.
There is the simplest of tweaks that he could do to this current lineup with the players that we've got available.
Definitely.
And that is Paqueta for Ward-Prowse.
Yeah.
We can see it. We know that, but he just
what?
He sticks with it. So what?
Paqueta for Ward-Prowse?
No, Paqueta in central midfield. Ward-Prowse on the left.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Ward-Prowse on the left.
Yeah, because you might as well store Ward-Prowse somewhere, right?
Paqueta's the man to pull the strings in now.
Yeah.
John, I'll always go back to that central midfield that we had of Souček, Alvarez, and Paqueta against Arsenal. And I think that illustrated to Moyes what a midfield is. We haven't seen anything like that before or since.
In an ideal world, this would happen. Cornet on the left.
Yeah, but that means Ward-Prowse ain't on the pitch, and we know he has to be on the field.
Yes.
But yeah, Mickey, what was your score on
his?
One.
Hang on. He slagged off our fans. No points.
Yeah, that's true. I am going to adjust mine. No points.
Yeah.
Zilpa.
You never have a go at fans.
There you go.
Yeah, let me just say something, right? Let me say something. There's this concept in politics called the Overton window, right? And what that means is things you used to find offensive, you don't find offensive anymore, right? Because the window moves. And I think that's what's happened with us, with some of our fans. At one point, we wouldn't have accepted shit like this. Now we treat it as normal. A lot of fans treat this as normal. That's the way it is.
But
right?
not in the stadium. This is a Twitter generation, Gary. I think what it is, I think it gets muddied on social media. When you're on that fucking platform, there's there are, like I say, I don't want to make it seem like everyone that's Moyes in is an idiot. I particularly target the ones that are really kind of vocally aggressive to anyone who thinks a different way. But I just think there's a lot of idiots out there, Gary, that are not a reflection of the West Ham fan base. I do. Yeah,
I agree. But I think this is what the Moyes set out to prove a point this season, to bore a shitless and go in maximum Moyes ball. Moyes ball. And he'd done it. This is a personal thing between him and Steiten. He wants to make Steiten look a mug and prove himself to Sullivan that his way is the only way. Well, we're in a false position, right? We haven't beaten a decent team for 3 months. Get your head around that. In the Premier League. That is not success. You're 20 points, 21 points and 9th is success in relative terms. But let's wait till we've played the other teams that we need to play first.
What's your score, Gary? What's your score?
No.
That's it. Terrible.
Yeah.
Caduce's man of the match. Right. Let's get rid of that.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Right, do you want to flick through a few comments, John?
I will indeed. A lot of them are just talking about how good looking I am mostly.
It's understandable. It's understandable.
What channel you on, John?
Dougie Montana says he started Pack in the middle and he was like a duck out of water.
He didn't really though, Dougie. He was sort of playing him in the middle, but you could see that Pack still had defensive responsibilities around Elise. Right, so it was kind of I couldn't work out the system he was playing. To be honest, I was watching it, and Ward-Prowse was out there 1 minute, not out there the next. Paqueta was out there 1 minute, not out there. I didn't know what was happening.
Could you, if I was to ask you, John, every team's got an identity. What is West Ham's identity? The way that we're playing now. What would you say what are we doing?
What is that identity?
Yeah.
What, boring. Is that an identity you can go with? I don't know what you mean.
I suppose so. But I mean, that's because
I just find it. I don't. You can't defend it anymore. You have to say what it is, and there's no shame in saying it. Forget the fucking trophy and be honest.
No.
If it's dire, tell us it's dire and agree that it's dire.
Yeah,
that's all. It's not a fucking. You're not going to get in trouble for saying you thought it was shit.
And every single one of us on here, if it was to change and Moyes was to all of a sudden do what he did against Arsenal and the style was to change and we were to start enjoying the football, then it would all go away.
What I don't get with Moyes is, sorry.
Okay.
You talk about the Arsenal game, right? It was fantastic. We all loved it. Everyone was jovial. You know, the fan base loved it and all that. Stadium was lively. Fantastic win. And then he tweaks it and changes again. Why when he does stumble or find a formula, why does he change it back? Why does he change things?
Because, John, because it's personal with him, John. He wants to do maximum Moyes ball this year. He believes it's going to work. I mean, this ain't him trying to...
going anyway.
Yeah, that works. It works, Nick. This ain't him trying to fool people. This is in his heart of hearts what he believes is the way to play football and achieve things in the Premier League. but he's proving now. Last season, stop calling me. Right. Right. He proved last year. This is the thing. It's such a tit. When I started to suspect this year that it was.
Stop
right,
it.
I'm going to fucking block you now. Right.
Sorry.
Right.
No, we needed this.
He's trying to get me. He's trying to get me to lose me thread, and I think I've lost me thread. Fuck it. Move on.
Sorry. We needed that.
Why you lot laugh at me when I'm getting all loads of calls through?
Can I just say, right? I've remembered what I was going to say. Last year was rubbish, but last year we were beating middle of the table teams, peers, and low teams. This year we're only beating low teams and strugglers. Right? It's worse. It's actually worse this year than it was last year.
Yeah,
and last year was shit.
Yeah.
Evan says game was there for the taking. Why save it for the last 10 minutes?
Yeah,
there's so many opportunities we've had where the game's there for the takings, and we just seem.
Well, we know, everyone knows the last 4 games that we've won, they've been against shit teams. I mean, TSC, Burnley, Nottingham Forest, and Olympiacos, who got battered by Freiburg.
We scraped past all of them 1-0.
We scraped by 1 goal right at the end, by a goal.
But that has now proven to Moyes that his way of going for games late is the only way. You see, he now believes in it even more than he ever did. It's proven to him.
I know.
He's so like soul sucking, isn't it? It just it just drains the life out of you.
Yeah,
it's very depressing. It's very depressing. This is one of them. I'm not expecting many calls tonight because after a draw.
Yeah,
it's kind of it's whenever you get a draw, it's just people are just left feeling apathetic over it, aren't they?
Let's be honest, right? We should have beaten Everton at home and Palace at home.
Yeah,
Villa away, I'll forgive, right? But those 2 teams we should have won.
The thing is, people say, "Yeah, we're only 6 points. We're only 6 points behind Spurs." Can you imagine if we won those games and took the games to the teams?
Yeah,
we could. Yeah, we could be up there by playing better.
Yeah,
hello,
I agree.
Is that French Luke?
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Hello, French Luke.
Did you have a nice nap over the London Stadium earlier on with the rest of us, Luke?
I was at home today, actually. I was at home.
So you had
I was at home today.
You had a nap on the sofa instead.
Interestingly, I told the missus I do the hoovering at half time, and I forgot the second half had started, and I come in to see us. We had a goal ruled out for offside, which was quite funny. But yeah, I was like, oh shit, missed the first 5 minutes, missed a lot here, and and then after that, we didn't even get a chance on goal again, which is quite ironic. So yeah, them ones, mate. Them ones. How are you boys anyway?
Yeah, no, I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. What are you thinking, mate? Because I've seen you flip flopping all over social media just lately.
Yeah,
so explain yourself, Luke. Explain yourself. Come on. Le flip flop.
Yeah, you could call me a flip flop, I suppose, in some ways. Do you know what? No, do you know what? Honestly, I did comment in the live chat. I think John summed it up pretty much, that there's a guilt attached to being the Moyes out the way I've been, because I think like you're referring to during lockdown. I loved him during lockdown. I praised him to the hill. I thought he was one of the best managers. Exactly. My whole Moyes out stuff started at the start of last season when he kept Fabianski in goal.
Yeah.
Once we signed up Ariola full time, and I thought, he's holding back here. No, come on, Moyes, can't be holding back this. And that was all when the favourite stuff started and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? That's when it all started. Recently, I think my qualm has been with Sullivan, to be honest with you, because since my point here is the fact that, right, we might not like Moyes because of the football he plays, in his demeanour and his tactics, team selections, etc. Right?
Blaming fans.
But fundamentally, from a business point of view, Sullivan should be fucking thanking him to the hill, because for what he's done club wise, getting us, get us a trophy. You said Europe for 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
Business wise, that's fucking amazing. Like, you can't ask for any more.
But Luke, if you're running a business, you have to know when to move on. If you're running a fucking enterprise or something like that, he's laid the foundations. For instance, if we was to have had, with the collection of players that we've got now, if we was to have an Emery managing us now, where would you expect us to be in the table, honestly? With the players that we've got, mate, honestly.
Obviously, probably I presume higher, but you can never really tell. But you presume higher because of the way he's turned Aston Villa around.
We've got a better squad. We've got a better squad than Aston Villa. We have. We've got a better squad.
But my whole thing is that he, I sort of think his hands were tied a little bit once Moyes had won the Conference League, because what the media would say, Jim White and all that, saying how could you get rid of it? Because then what he would have really have needed, which he's never really had, was a set of bollocks. Because he'd have gone, right, I don't care if he's just won me the Conference League title. I'm hiring this director of football who's world renowned around Europe. He's going to bring me in. He's going to tell me who the best manager is, who can take this forward even further. So thank you very much, Moyes. But off you go, something. But he didn't, and for me, I'm thinking, to me personally, the way I see it, no matter how much you might not like a manager, or whatever, if you've got a manager like in power at that time, you either back him or you sack him. You don't let it linger on for 6 months. You either go, right, you're my manager. If you want Aaron Maguire, I'm going to get you Aaron Maguire. If you want McTominay, I'm going to get him. You do by the book what you set out to do. So you're saying, right, I'm not going to announce it in fucking 7 to 8 months' time that you're going to go. Because to me, I was like, no, first of all, he lacks class, because you told the guy he was staying in the summer, and that's it, right? Either bite the bullet or don't. So for me, I think the whole thing has really been caused by Sullivan again. But saying that, I did write out on. I'll agree with you that I flip-flopped a little bit in certain ways, because I think the first half today was really good. Because not from an entertainment point of view, but from a David Moyes managed team, the way he sets out. Because Elise was quiet in the first half. He ran around and done a few tricks and but he never really managed to get a shot on goal, etc.
Relatively good, I think, is what you're looking for. Right?
The reason for that, you was always going to see an even game today, because you were watching two teams that play the same way. So we weren't under as much pressure.
You know what? Honestly,
we weren't under as much pressure.
And
we
even
was relaxed.
No, I know. An even game is an improvement compared to what we've seen over the last few games. And an even game is like, wow, okay, that's better than it has been.
I agree with that, Luke, because I said the same thing in the chat, didn't I, Gal? I said that,
I did as well. I like the first half was all right. Yeah,
it was decent watch, but then also because the second half was bad, I thought, well, let's have analyse it a bit. I think it was to do with Kudos. I thought Kudos was unreal in that first half, especially the first half hour.
Yeah.
So I think he lightened up the watching the game.
I think the last 20 was good.
He was
being a bit generous.
He was. I felt a bit sorry for him. To me, he had Rice vibes from last season, 2 seasons ago, when he was dragging the team forward when they were, there was nothing from anyone else. So
But the thing is, we've had that with Paqueta, where Paqueta's been fighting the whole team on his own. He's done it earlier in this season.
I agree.
And do you know what? Eventually it grinds and it wears these players down. And
of course it does.
You probably will in the end. You'll start to see Caduce's performances drop off as well. You probably will.
Unfortunately, I think you're right.
Yeah, I don't know, because you can literally play Caduce anywhere, and I'm convinced he would. He's so talented. I'm starting to think he's the most talented player we've got, right? I think no matter whether you put him left, right, middle, anywhere, I think he will get the ball and make a right pest of himself. Because when he ain't getting the ball, he goes and finds it.
He looks right,
Yeah, even when he went on the left, he put that great ball in for Mavropanos, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so that was a good ball as well from his left.
Yeah, no. Look, he's a phenomenal player. I'm not doubting his talent. All I'm saying is, I think it is very clear. Like with when you're watching it, anyone that's played football at all, eventually, we've seen it before. I think it does in the end suck the life out of players. Certain players it doesn't. I think, but like Bowen, Bowen seems to suit Moyes' style of player. He's probably the only player I can think of that does. But Bowen seems to. He's a counter-attacking player that can defend.
I reckon Collins wrong though. He could play in goal.
Yeah, bit short.
Yeah,
but
Jack of all trades.
But what about moving forwards to Tottenham after watching what we watched, where you said it was a good performance? Bearing in mind, all they've literally had, Spurs, is a bit of a managerial change, and they've gone from playing probably worse football than what we play to playing what they're playing now, without probably their two best players as well, who are currently injured, the centre back and Maddison. What do you expect to happen on Thursday, Luke?
Well, this is the funny thing. So I didn't watch it all, but I've been this week. When I get a chance, I try and get through every Sunday show that I miss or don't watch or whatever. And I'm sort of got through to the point where Gary from Romford phoned up, and he was trying to put the point about Postecoglou, and obviously you lot jumped down his throat. Not gonna lie, I've never known you lot to ever sort of have a go at him or whatever, but it was quite hard to listen to at that point.
Mostly Nick.
Yes.
Well, no, but what I was trying listen to it, I understood where he was coming from, because what he was trying to say, which is what I've been thinking as well since they lost the games they did, was the fact that as much as I admire what Postecoglou, the ethos that he's got, there is a part of me that thought, as much as that's great to be winning 1-0 in the last minute, still going for it and trying to score as many goals as possible, there is a point of game management. The problem is with this is the fact that Moyes game management is you do that all 90 minutes, whereas with a lot of managers, they're going, right, you know what, I need to shut up, stop here for a little bit and just try and hold on to his lead. And because of Postecoglou's, amazing entertainment ethos, is that as much as you're trying to score as many goals as possible and win games, you are running the risk of, conceding late goals and losing games. So I understood where Gary was coming from, because I did think that myself when he started losing. Go, okay, this is when it goes wrong. Okay, that's fair enough.
People were saying the same. People were saying the same about Emery about a month ago when he lost the game.
Yeah, no, I know. It's all swings and roundabouts.
The minute any of these managers, a lot of us covet, lose a game, people go, "Oh, see, he's lost. He's lost." Look,
yeah, there is a pinch of salt of that, I must admit. But regarding Thursday, I'd be honest with you, this could be the best. Ironically and surprisingly, this could possibly be the best game for Moyes to have against Tottenham, because they play such a high line, and that plays into our hands. The minute we get a chance to go forward, the counter-attacking and the ball over the top from McGregor, that could work out for us. There's any positive I can really see, because otherwise, the way they go about things and the way we are in defence, I don't think we're totally solid.
The thing is, Luke, I've watched them. Unfortunately, I've watched them a few times this year, and people refer to the high line against Chelsea. That was him just going, do you know what? We've lost this fucking game. Let's go out and try.
They had nothing to lose.
They had nothing to lose. That is not how Postecoglou plays. It is not.
No. But what I'm saying is, if there's a part of him that goes, it's a London derby. It's a London derby, and I want to go and smash these fans.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, he is not a naive manager. He's not.
No,
I'm not saying he is. I think he's shown naivety at some parts. I'm not saying he's an overall naive manager. I'm saying that, like, when you play that game, you are always running the risk. But
define naive. Is naive sitting on your arse for 80 minutes, hoping that you don't go a goal or two down and only going for the game for the last 10 minutes? Is that naive? Is that naive?
Because that's extremes of it. That's the black and white. That's
But that's naive. But it's naive to think that you can shut a game out against Premier League opposition for 80 minutes and then go and keep nicking it at the end of a game. That's naive.
That's almost worse than naive. That's almost not even naive. That's almost like just deluded.
There's an argument that both Postecoglou and Moyes are the same, in so much as they're both stubborn.
They believe in their
style, right? So you have to admire someone who sticks by their beliefs. But also, you would admire someone far more when they realise that the way needs to be changed. And every manager does need a plan B. So whilst Ange Postecoglou, I agree with you, he's changed them, they're playing good football, he does need to. There is a sense of naivety in so much as he can't do this all of the time. If he really wants to challenge at the top, which not this season probably, because he ain't got a squad yet. Next season,
but John,
need to adapt at some time.
But John, but can I ask you something? Did Liverpool and Man City ever change their style?
They've got different caliber of players, Nick. They're players.
This is what I was about to say. This is what I was going to say. I was going to say there's a one-dimensional. When you use the term one-dimensional for Moyes, exactly right. I think a lot of managers are themselves one-dimensional. It's just the fact that we find his one-dimensional frustrating, boring, you name it. Yeah. But you've got someone like Postecoglou who's one-dimensional in his way, and company who are one-dimensional in their way. They won't go right. We're going to go long ball for the next 10 minutes because Arsenal don't like long ball away from home. But that's not the way we played it. They're regimented and most managers are. Most managers only play one way. They won't. But I don't know.
I don't know of many managers. There are a couple. For instance, Emery is. He's a tactician. So Emery, you'll watch a game of football that he does, and he'll play a different style in two different fucking halves completely. He's completely different. Whereas
he's a minority now.
But what I mean is Emery's a great cup manager as well. Brilliant. He's brilliant in knockout competitions. He is. Because he can do both styles.
So out of interest, who would you prefer? Sorry.
But Luke, what I mean is, just very quickly,
the
real top managers that go all the way in the leagues and they win stuff, They are managers that believe in their philosophy, and it is usually not. I know you've got your Mourinhos and your Contes, but listen. I personally think, right, even those managers that have done that, your Contes and your Mourinhos, I think it's fraudulent football. I think those managers that have got success playing the way that they play with superstar players is fraudulent because they don't coach football. All they do is they set fucking roadblocks. And Mourinho used to rely on Hazard and Diego Costa or Drogba to go and create moments to dig him out the shit. That is crap. When you look at when you look at what Klopp do and what Pep do, that is craft. That's coming from the training pitch. They set out to destroy opposition through playing football, and you've got other managers that just set out to stop that happen and sucker punch. I fucking hate those managers. All of them, not just
Mourinho does play suffocating football, don't get me wrong, but Mourinho is the different manager for the players. Mourinho isn't essentially there to try and entertain the fans as well, but he's one of the best managers out there. But like the Chelsea players cried when he fucking left because they loved him so much. Right? So as much as Mourinho might play shitty football, he knows that the players will go through brick walls for him because he knows that they've got to believe in his. They've got to believe in his ideology.
Only for a couple of years. Only for a couple of years.
It doesn't matter. But if he's there, if everyone knows that he's only going to be a temporary manager and he's there for 3 years, but he's going to win the fuck out of all the games it's for 3 years, and you know you've only got 3 years of him, and the players are going to get. Then I think, you know what, fair enough. 3 years, that's fine. But the problem is that you get someone like Moyes, you never know how long he's going to stay. Because the minute he seems like he's going to go, he ends up staying.
Do you know who else who has proved himself to be adaptable and very tactical as well? That's Eddie Howe. He can play different ways. When he played against PSG, he can play defensive if he has to, and then he'll go out and they are ruthless. They will fucking blow teams away. If they smell blood, if Newcastle smell blood, they will go.
Can I just say?
Yeah, that's what you want.
Can I just say something? I fucking hate Postecoglou, right? Because that lovable Aussie bastard has made me. I'm watching this Spurs game. I switched it on earlier. I'm thinking, I really want Spurs to lose. I really want Spurs to lose, and then they've come back into it twice while I'm watching. It's 3-3, and part of me's thinking, go on, Spurs. It's like, oh, fucking hell. Stop thinking that. Stop thinking that. And then they're going, and it's 3-0 and they're pushing forward. And I'm thinking, so he's completely head fucked me, right? Because I hate Spurs.
No.
So you want Spurs to win?
No, I don't want Spurs to win. I've been pissed off if Spurs won. I'm just saying, part of me.
No, but I can't help but admire that style of football, which is literally big bollocks football. It is. It's big. It's literally going out there and I want to see him going for the game.
But I want to see the football win. You see,
is it not me? But this is the. Whenever I go on to channels now, I end up bringing this up again. And if Nigel's listening, he's probably going to try and phone up or text me or give me some shit online. I don't know what it'll be. But when Allardyce come along, there was this huge argument that West Ham don't want Allardyce because we'll be going against our ethos as a club. We'll be selling our soul just to try and get it back in the Premier League by hiring a long ball manager.
Don't you go here. Don't go here, Luke. Right. Don't go there, mate.
But what I'm saying is Spurs, as far as I know as well, Spurs have always been an attacking football, whether you like them or not, but their ethos has always been right. We concede 3 goals, we'll score 4. And to me, like they experimented with the Conte and Mourinho years. It didn't work out, so now they've gone a breath of fresh air, and they've basically gone back, not just back to what their old style is, but up the tempo by about 1,000%. And I think that's what some people don't really understand is the fact that, where you lot come up, I'm going to try and put the claret and booze ethos in one sort of sentence, but basically. Yeah, okay. Winning's great, but you don't want to sell your soul to do it.
No,
it's nice to win, but I ain't going to. I'm not going to chuck my entertainment away for a trophy. It's like a blood trophy. You get what I mean?
But Luke, do you know something? You're seeing that you're seeing that on a match day in the stadium. Okay, people are thinking. But no, he got booed, blanket booed at full time. A lot of people left at about 75, 80 minutes. A lot of people did, and the thing is and that's with us scoring late goals just recently as well. And I even had that. I left on 85, and I thought, we have been scoring late goals. Shall I stay? And I was like, no, fuck this. I'm going. I don't even care. I'll watch it when I get home. I've become so apathetic towards it. It is not the type of football that I like. But anyway, Luke, thank you very much, mate. I'm going to let you go.
No worries, boys.
Cheers,
All right. Cheers for having me on.
Cheers,
nice
mate.
one. All the best.
Bye.
See you later, boys. Love you.
Bye,
Bye.
mate.
Tell you what, he can write my autobiography with that after that comment he made. That was genius, that wasn't it?
It's a really interesting. Yeah, really interesting one, isn't it? You know,
changing the subjects a little bit. Keith Knight says, anyone else think that Haaland looks like a Cabbage Patch doll?
Yeah, he does.
Haaland.
He's one ugly bastard.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah. He was angry today. Did you see his face?
Oh yeah, when he got tackled, he fucking went after that bloke, didn't he?
Yeah.
Because he does all that martial arts shit like the other.
You would not fuck with Haaland. No way.
No. He's like solid. He's proper solid.
He is. Yeah. Right. There's a couple of missed calls, so I'm going to phone these back first. See if
he was angry. Did you see when the referee blew up for the free kick and they was through?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Lost it.
Hello, mate. It's Nick from Claret and Booze.
Hi, how you doing, Nick? You all right, yeah?
I'm not too bad. Who are we talking to, mate?
My name is Mo. I'm a big West Ham fan from Dagenham.
Yes, Mo.
Hello,
How
Mo.
you doing?
Right, Mo.
Yeah, I'm good. I just want to say, first and foremost, thanks for having me on the show.
No worries, mate.
I am a big fan of Claret and Booze.
Good, man.
Good.
To be honest, right, when I was at university, I studied sports journalism. So listening to you guys, it just I learn a lot from you guys, and I learn a lot.
We give you proper tactical insight, don't we, Mo? Like proper sort of breakdown.
What it is, I'm more of a, what it is, boys. I'm more of a listener. You see, I like to listen, and I like to listen to different opinions, whether you're Moyes in, whether you're Moyes out, and I like to get two sides of the story. Personally, I used to be a Moyes in. I'm quite grateful for what he's done, but I think the milk has gone stale.
But you know what though, Mo? I think most people, everyone here, well, apart from probably me, I'll hold my hands up. I've never really warmed to Moyes. But Gary, John, Micky, we're all Moyes in, and it's taken. Everyone's got a different threshold and a different breaking point. And I think most people
really low. It's really low.
Like I said, if people are Moyes in or Moyes out, they're entitled to their opinions. I'd never persecute anyone for it, And everyone, football is a game of opinions, and it's our prerogative to respect everyone's opinion. And personally, look, I don't enjoy the football. I've tried to stick by Moyes, I really have, but like I said, I'm grateful for the trophy and everything, but the milk has gone stale, and I think it's time to go. I did watch. I wasn't at the game today. I was watching on Sky Sports and with my missus, and do you know what? There are times where I'm watching West Ham, and I feel like half the time I just want to break the TV because it's that bad. The football's like Jurassic Park football, And
mate, and sorry to interrupt, right? But you know what? Because a lot of people,
fifth telly.
But we say it right. We say it's a different experience at the stadium to what it is. Yeah. I do genuinely, and this is what I don't get, because a lot of the Moyes fans, they're TV fans, right? I'm worse when I watch it from home.
Yeah,
I get more angry when I'm in the stadium and I'm there. I don't. It's like today. I was just a little bit apathetic. I weren't raging, but when I'm at home, fuck me, it makes it even worse.
Home games are tough, Nick. Home games are tough. I mean, if you end up winning a home game and you score a couple of goals and everyone's happy, it's fine, right? But away games, if you nick an away win and you've had a nice away day out, a few beers and everything, then I can understand why people are elated coming back from an away day, right?
Yeah.
Away games have always been different because when you're away, it's more tribal, isn't it? Like there's only a few of us, and we're going to sing.
And you're pissed
there's always
as well.
been that competitiveness.
What? Yeah.
And you're pissed as well, which helps.
Well, not everybody drinks, Nick, like you. So,
but Mo, go on, mate. Sorry, back to you.
Look, I just want to touch on the entertainment business, right?
Yeah, go on.
I think, what I think the West Ham way is, the last couple of years I've been hearing the West Ham way. It started from the whole Sam Allardyce era, and look, in my opinion, I've always seen West Ham as an attacking side, playing with using the flanks, and committed to retaining the ball, tackling the ball, Julian Dick style. That's what I see the West Ham way. 100%, because what I've learned as a West Ham fan since becoming a fan many years ago is fans want to see commitment, loyalty, 100%. Loyal to what's going on the pitch, loyal to the game plan, Now, unfortunately, it's quite difficult to watch West Ham at the moment, and I'm gonna take it as far, right? Like, please forgive me for my next comment. Do you know what? The football is actually affecting my mental health. That's how bad it is.
Mate, you watch Claret and Booze. It's affecting my mental health.
Yeah,
I know. Nick, can I say something? Nick, can I say something? I do like listening to you a lot. I know you get slagged off a lot on Twitter and social media. So I do like listening to you a lot because you know what, you are funny, mate. But you say it as it is. You say it as it is.
Yeah.
Like you see it as it is, and you call it as it is, and you pretty much say everything that I'm thinking. Me, I'm too cowed to be on social media. I'm gonna be honest.
But you're doing it now, and the fact is, mate, and people don't realise that it's genuinely not, and it's actually getting harder to do it. I'll never stop. But it's getting harder to do it because you like you've seen, you just get absolutely fucking slammed for it. But do you know what? I'm a defiant fucker. So if anything, they're just going to make me worse.
You got to remember how this channel come around, right? This channel come around, Mo, because it was lockdown. It was lockdown, and Nick got thrown off of every Facebook platform because he was just ranting and ranting and ranting.
I've always done the same. That was in text. I got thrown off just through my words. In a way,
doing this channel has been like therapy for Nick. I think.
Yeah,
it's been kind of therapeutic for me as well.
I'm worse in words. That's why John leaves all the WhatsApp groups.
We should be getting paid then, Gal, for getting him through his fucking nuttiness.
But I understand where Mo's coming from, because like I said, because I started off with this as a fan, still am a fan, but it's also a release. Even just watching it, you say what a lot of people think. So then you're sort of, even if you're not writing on the comments or phoning in, you're looking at the screen going, yeah, that's it. I feel the same way. Do you know what I mean? It is a kind of
sometimes it's nice, and do you know what? Mo's hit on a good point there about mental health, and you know something? People seem to forget about what the roots of West Ham are, and this is fundamentally, we are a fucking working class club for working class people, where people have hard lives and they go out all fucking week long, they're grafting, and they want to go with their mates, and they want to have fun at football, watching, like you said, Mo, and John said before, we love flair players, but we also love a tackle. We love Dix, we love Dawson, someone going in fully committed. We want to see blood, sweat and tears and craft and creativity, and that is what West Ham is all about. And when you see the way that we're playing now, it's
tentative.
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, especially when you've got Matey boy over our shoulder. Who, do you know what? He's getting worse. Bless him. I think it's almost like he's giving up to me.
Who?
To Paqueta. He's a little bit like he's and he ain't that player. He's a fully committed. We've seen his heart as well. But it does, to me, it just looks a little bit like he's becoming apathetic towards it.
I'd love to interview Moyes. I'd love to interview Moyes.
Yeah.
If we go back to what I said earlier about Sullivan coming out saying Moyes ain't getting a contract, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Can't we express gratitude to the players if they just went, you know what, let's all go out and play the way we want to play.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is if Moyes is going anyway, can't they just come out and fucking do what they want?
Yeah.
I think that could happen at some point, and it's happened before. We know it's happened before.
Yeah, but Nick, it needs to happen sooner rather than later, mate. Because
it happened today. It happened today with me, my Sunday team. I told my two forwards, I said, listen, boys, Freddie, I'm going to invert you, right wing, left wing. They basically said bollocks to me, so I hooked them. I didn't say bollocks, but they refused to switch sides, so I got the ump and I took them off. But
they refuse. You lose in the dressing room, Nick. Yeah,
you lost the dressing room,
mate. We won 6-1.
Nick out.
We bashed up the opposition. We're fine.
Mo's going to start up his own channel to get you out of the Hertfordshire.
But anyway, Mo, that is a brilliant call, mate. And honestly,
cheers,
and you know what? This is a community on here. It is quite I think it's quite a safe space, really, with us lot on here, because it ain't just for Moyes in fans. It's for anyone that wants to come on. And it's like, do you know, the only reason I did kind of, if anything, the reason I flipped with Gary last week, it wasn't because he was giving the alter argument. What annoyed me with Gary with that call was the fact that he played devil's advocate when I don't think he really needed to. You just want your opinion. Gary's got loads of opinions. You just want to come on and give your opinion, didn't you? You know, and I think that's all it was. So I'll never naturally fucking shut someone down. I'll argue. Oh no, he's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone.
You've pissed him right off talking about Gary, and he was fucking on the phone.
Thanks, Mo. That was a great call.
Cheers, Mo.
I lost signal.
Just to say bye.
I lost signal.
Yeah.
Hello, Mo.
Hello. Hi, sorry, I think you guys cut off for some reason. I couldn't get
Please
through
don't
anymore.
roll.
That's
Don't
that's
roll.
that's
like
right, mate.
Come away.
Mo, but honestly,
Don't
mate,
roll.
basically, we're all fucking mad as anything. All the half the people in the chat are all mental cases. So
Yeah.
we can come on here. We
yeah.
can all help each other. It's good to talk.
Yeah,
Everyone's got problems these days. Yeah.
I wanted to make one point earlier about the whole mental health thing.
Yeah.
As someone who's like I'm my background is that I'm Bangladeshi. I was born and bred in East London.
Yeah.
And I've always lived next to West Ham. West Ham has been such a powerful influence in my life. I'll give you an example, like something that I'd never thought I'd say, especially over at Claret and Booth, but I respect you guys to listen to me and just understand what the club means to someone like myself. Especially the dreadful football that me and you are witnessing at the moment. This club, over the years, saved my life. You know, I went through quite a few things, and this club saved my life. And when I see the club exactly what it is right now, and I'm not enjoying it, apathy is the word that I've heard Nick use quite a few times tonight. And I agree with it. You know, it's quite upsetting. Like I said, it's so depressing. Like, I overthink things. So I'm always thinking about what's been done. And I'm always thinking to myself, are these players going to learn what's been done on the training pitch? You know, does anyone learn their lessons? Because week after week after week, it's the same old rubbish. I'm getting tired of it. I'm sure Nick's getting tired of it. And you guys, the rest of the team at Claret and Booze, are getting tired of it. And I just wanted to make that point. I hope you guys don't mind.
No, of course not, mate. Honestly, and it's but do you know what? Because do you know what apathy means? It means that you're starting to not. It means that you're starting to not care.
Yeah, lack of interest, enthusiasm.
It means that you're starting to not care, and that is a big deal, to be honest.
But it's interesting though, because there was Mo, there was a chat, a really good chat, strangely, because it involved Nick one night on the West Ham network on Irish Tommy. It was Irish Tommy and Luke and Nick, and they started going on about mental health in football and stuff like that. And it was actually a really good listen while I was building my shed for about an hour. So I don't know if you can find that or not. But look, anytime anyone, this includes you watching and in the chat and everything else, if ever you're struggling, you can always look in DM any of us, right?
Yes.
You know, it's a community, and I'm sure, you know, always responsible.
And listen, Mo, we are going to have some changes coming up as well. So we're going to try and make it a little bit easy, because there's more of us now. There's four of us, but we're all busy. But the thing is, we've all got time between us to sort of deal with stuff like community messengers and stuff like that. So between us, what we're going to probably do in the new year is set up a messenger service for anyone who wants to join it, like a WhatsApp chat or something like that. And just invite people into it.
You know what? It'll be nice to meet you, like fellow good people, and you guys are good people yourself. That's all I want, you know. And like I said, people's opinions, whether they're Moyes in or Moyes out or whatever they believe in, it doesn't bother me. I don't tend to get into argument. I actually tend to have a nice little discussion, respect everyone's opinions, because at the end of the day, right, we're all West Ham fans. We're all like one big family, and we've got to, you know, learn to get along. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We are. What I will say is, Mo,
and I would love to, I'd love to participate in the whole community thing. I think that'll be, I think that's a really good notion.
Yeah. What I will say, it is, mate. What I will say is, Mo, and I mean that and all. If I think anyone who's not on Twitter, don't go on there. Honestly, I'm literally refusing to leave because I don't want to get. I don't want to be on there anymore. I'm just on there poking. I hate the fucking place.
Nick, I'll just say one thing about Twitter and social media. I'm not on any social media platform. The whole reason is because anyone can harm you. It's not good for your mental health. Mate, it's not safe. Mate, it's not safe.
Mate, and do you know what, right? And do you know what? These as thick a skin as you think that you might have, which look, I have got thick skin. But I've said openly, I was fucking rattled, like with the and I've got skin like a rhino. But with
the pylon was brutal.
The pylon, mate, was I rattled like fuck? Like I didn't realise, and because all of a sudden you think fuck me, you know, I don't mind. I'm used to having a few people hating me. It's just kind of the way of the world with me. But all of us, all of a sudden, it was like you look at that and you think, Jesus Christ, what's going on? But what you have to realize, but do you know what you have to realize is on those types of platforms. We said it earlier on. I did a tweet, right, and it was it weren't cryptic. It wasn't even cryptic, Gary, was it? You just had to read it. I basically went. I said. Jared Bowen, what a shit striker. We should sell him. Blah blah blah. And then I went, or is it the shitty system that we're playing? People just read the top line and then click you, start retweeting it. Start retweeting it, and they start, oh fucking look at him saying Bowen shit. You're like, are you thick as fuck or what? It's just. What I'm saying is, it's not a true representation of the West Ham fan base on there. All it is, it's a pile-on. They're like packs of wolves. Yeah. They all jump on the same fucking thing, and it's not healthy, mate. It ain't.
Nick, the last, I think it was one of the last daily rambles you did. Me and my partner were watching it on the big screen. So there's something that you said that really resonated with me, and you were saying that someone put out a tweet that they got a ticket for the Serbia game. Yeah. They got verbally abused.
Oh, that was the young lady.
Yeah. So, but what Nick said afterwards really resonated with me. Yeah. He said that, look, it seems like it's a lot of fans. It's not. It's just a small minority because 99% of the other fans, good people like yourself, are good apples.
Yeah, and I also meant what I said as well. You put any two West Ham fans in a room, we'll disagree and we'll argue, but it don't mean we're bad people. Well, it's just
I once put out a normal tweet. I can't remember what it was. It was years ago when I was on Twitter, and it was just a normal tweet, and I don't know what it is about Twitter, but I once in my workplace, my manager once said to me, "Twitter is the devil's place." And this one tweet that I posted, it was regarding West Ham. I always try to be positive about the club, and I don't know. I ended up getting racially abused for it, and in the end, I just called it a day. And I thought, football, everyone should be getting along. Everyone should be entitled to the opinion.
Anything they can say to you, I mean, you would not believe. I am fat, but you get called fucking fat regularly, grey. I hope he fucking goes out and drives his car, dies in a car crash on his way home. I'm not being funny.
Yeah.
There's accounts out there that have started digging into my kids.
Yeah.
They've started going out there
looking us up on LinkedIn and finding out where we work and what we do and stuff like that. And it's just
honestly, whatever they can say about you to get you that they know is going to upset you, they will say it.
So that's because they've said a lot about you, and then you ain't really bit as much as what they want you to. So now they're trying to go like the kids.
Because it don't bother me, right? It don't bother me that side. They're just silly little boys, right? It's maddening. I mean, it did irritate me a bit when they had a go at our mum, but then afterwards I thought, well, don't get wrapped up like that. It's stupid, isn't it? Yeah.
I just want to say goodbye to him. I want to make sure we say goodbye to him. He's a lovely guy, isn't he?
Yeah. Nick, send him the mug.
Yeah. Mo?
Yeah.
Mo, mate, can you do me a favour? Text me your address after this call, mate, because you've earned yourself Gary's mug. I'm going to give you Gary's mug.
Yeah, you got my mug.
Your teabagging Moyes out mug. All right, so I want to send that to you, mate. For as a little thing, and make sure you come back on. Make sure you talk to us again.
I'd love to. Like I said, I tune into Claret and Booze every day. Yeah. I'm always looking at what new content you upload. I like listening to Gary as well. Mickey's a great guy, and the other fella.
Don't leave John out. Don't leave John out. Don't leave John out.
The other fella.
No,
He's literally the other guy.
He's also the best looking, mate. Right? The best looking.
John's basically the fourth wheel now. He's a fourth wheel.
What it is, like I said, because I'm not on social media, so I don't know what's going on. So the only news that I get is from you guys. So it's nice to you're a friendly channel, and it's nice to listen to you guys. I like listening a lot. It's really good. Yeah, I get sometimes there are things that I don't know, and you guys know things, and
Mo, before you go, I've got to ask you to tell John that you love him as well. Just say I love you too, John, because he's honestly he's upset. He's upset at the moment. He is.
I love you too.
There you go.
There you go, John. There you go, John.
There you go, John. Look, he's all right now. He's happy. He's happy.
Cheers, Mo. Nice
John's a great John's a good guy.
He is.
Right, have a good night, guys. Have a good week.
Cheers, Mo.
Send me your address, Mo. And yeah, don't be a stranger.
Thank you very much. God bless you all. Take care.
See you later.
Cheers, mate. Oh, what a top guy. What a top guy. That was lovely.
Yeah, nice bloke.
It was a nice call, and he come across really well. He's called me the other one, and people in the chat have
He couldn't think of your name. He couldn't think of your name, that's all.
Chat have gone mental. Square head, Lego head, mug.
We all love the sniper's dream.
Right, so John, I did task you, Micky, and Gary earlier on with thinking of something to give a giveaway. So two more. So we've got two more mugs to give away. Think about what we can do. Come on.
Okay.
How can we do it?
I'll tell you. I've got a football rules related question. This was told,
not more stats.
This was told to me today. I never knew this. It came up on one of those quiz shows last week. Roz told me, right? So it's true, right? What happens? So if you're a referee, you know the rules of football. What is given if straight from a direct free kick, right? A direct free kick to the opposition, you kick the ball straight into your own goal. What's awarded?
Say it again.
If the opposition is given a direct free kick, I think this is what it is: a direct free kick. But you'll give it a direct free kick and you kick it into your own goal. That must be what it is. You kick it into your own goal, the other way, right? So don't know why you would do it.
Score an own goal.
You score an own goal directly from a direct free kick down the other end. What would happen?
I don't know.
Does that count as a goal, or what would be given?
I would imagine it would count as no goal, wouldn't it?
Corner.
People saying a corner kick on here.
It is a corner.
I only got it because I know Keith.
Who was the first? Who was the first?
Let's see who was the first. Hang on. That's a good question.
Go on. That is a good question.
Michael Levy Jr. No, hang on. Alfie.
Oh, you can't do that. That's out of order.
Alfie. This Alfie here. This Alfie.
Which one?
Yeah, I was first.
Alfie.
Said it, yeah.
Alfie, you've got me number. Text me your address. Yeah. You've got yourself a mug.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well done,
right. Hello there. It's Nick from Claret and Boo. Sorry, mate. Who are we talking to?
Neil.
Hello, Neil. How you doing, mate?
Not so bad, thank you.
Good. What would you like to discuss?
Well, I'm a massive West Ham fan. I'm actually phoning from Reading. I live in Reading.
Cool.
Yeah, mate.
So I don't get to London Stadium that much, but
lucky you.
And to be honest,
direct train now, though.
Stadium that much.
You got a really good train service there now, haven't you?
Oh yeah. I used to go to Watson Park a lot.
Yeah.
Back in the John Lahr days, and I still dream the John Lahr days because that was football.
Yes.
What we're seeing today is absolute, excuse my French, absolute shit.
Yeah.
It's turgid. I'm surprised, but there were a lot of empty seats there today, I noticed.
Quite a few, yeah.
I wonder if they do they tell the truth about the figures?
One more mug. Yeah. Sorry, mate.
Do they tell the truth about the figures? Well, yeah, they do, because they've sold all those tickets. Whether people turn up or not, they don't care, right? But they were all sold out.
Was there a sellout?
Today was a sellout. Yeah, they're all sellouts in the Premier League. Yeah, it'll be 62,470 odd. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Only bright spot today was Kudos.
Yeah. No. Do you know what? I mean, he really kind of he embodied everything that we love in a player. I mean, he's
yes.
Do you know what? I've kind of got to go back. I think Gary might even be right about something that I disagreed with him on. When he said about playing Kudus down the middle. I know he's small, but
I've got another question, by the way.
I do think that Kudus possibly might be the best option central, because he's powerful.
Yeah,
he's really
powerful. He's quick.
He can do it, you know.
He's powerful. He can quick. He can hit a ball. I think if you got that, you can play anywhere.
Yeah, he's really quick, and it gives anyone a fucking battle.
The thing is with him, that's why I think he's hit the ground running, because sometimes when players come into the Premier League, it's the physicality that they struggle with.
Yeah.
Because of the size of him, because he's built like an outhouse. I think that's why he's coping very well. So that's why I think he could probably play, like you're saying, through the middle, because he has that he has that strength, you know. So
and the thing is, if you remember, I think the difference between, if we're talking about, listen, Paqueta's a wonderful player, but Paqueta took a little bit of time to adapt because he likes a little bit more. He likes a little bit more time on the ball. Whereas Paqueta, straight from the off, he's like bing, 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 bing. He's quick. Yeah. Everything he does is quick. He thinks quick. You know, he's always on the front foot. Always on the front foot.
Indeed.
He really is.
He is.
Brilliant player. So that was a massive positive from today, I've got to be honest. And the thing is...
I think that was the main one, because I think Paqueta's a great player, but his diving around does get me going.
Mm.
Yeah,
it does.
Eventually, he's going to get caught badly, and I'll take a blind bit of notice. I think it's someone said earlier.
Well, I thought that happened today, but people were saying he didn't. Look, I've seen it back. It looked like he got caught on the jaw. It looked like he got spun.
I'm not sure. He got a bad blow.
Yeah.
But I think if he got knocked unconscious, I'd be allowed to carry on.
I mean, let's be honest. He probably deserves to get knocked out on the football pitch because he does.
I wonder if he was concussed. I wonder if he was concussed though.
I don't think.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't. When I looked,
interesting for Chip Thursday's game.
I thought he was. I thought he was faking it. I must admit.
I didn't think he caught him, but I'd have to look at it back because I didn't think he caught him.
But the thing is, I mean, what madness is it though, Neil? Because obviously, look, we've all seen how wonderful Paqueta is, and I think one thing that I like about him, that I do love about him, is he is one of the most complete players that I've seen. When you play him in the middle of the park, he loves the nitty gritty. Puts his foot in. You know, he really, that's really physical. He can do everything. So when you've got a player like that, how do you end up putting him out on the wide left? How does that happen?
Yeah,
I think half the team being played in the wrong position.
They are. Well, but in front of the defence, right? Defenders are all in the right position.
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
Square pegs in round holes, aren't they?
Yeah. But I get. Well, my mate of mine's a season ticket holder.
Yeah.
And he keeps saying he must come along, but I went twice last year, but I said no. He said, well, why not? I said, it's not bloody worth it.
Yeah. It's honestly, I live in Enfield, which is just it's a half an hour drive from the stadium, and I'm not being funny. I've been to the stadium 4 times this year. I've been away a couple of times, but this time genuinely, I didn't want to go before because I had such a busy morning. But we went over there anyway.
Yeah, you were on the kids' team, don't you?
Yeah, but I was sat down. It was literally halfway through the first half, and I thought, why the fuck have I done this? Why have I come over?
Yeah.
Do we need to do this? Yeah. Do we need a Moyes out plane over the stadium? What do you reckon?
Should we all chip in?
There's a lot of,
yeah.
No, it was a full time.
Yeah.
Do a GoFundMe.
Well, I've been Moyes out for 16 months.
Yes.
I think maybe a Sullivan out would have a better impact, right?
You're saying 16 months, Neil. That's good going, mate. That's good. You might have just beat me.
Yeah.
You might have just beat me. That's good. 16 months.
The problem, unfortunately, is Sullivan.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I think had bless his soul, David Gold still been around, I think Moyes would have been gone by now.
Well, that I don't know, because from what we've been told, David Gold was the one that liked David Moyes. That's what we've been told from.
He did it first. I'm not too sure about the last 2 years or so.
No.
During lockdown and when Lingard was around, I didn't mind. I accepted it. But the last 16, 17 months has been, turgid, whatever you want to mention.
I mean, look, don't get me. Yeah, but don't get me wrong. I think none of us would disagree that David Moyes was probably the right man for the job when he came in the second time. And he stayed.
I wouldn't say he's done a bad job. He has done a good job.
But you need to know when to move on from
his time now.
Yeah, massively.
The players we've got now, we need an enterprising manager.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, we do.
That's what we need.
We do, absolutely. But look, what we're going to do anyway, mate. When Moyes does go, we're going to have the. Honestly, people might say it's in bad taste. We're going to have the mother of all parties. I'm not
You're invited. All round Nick's.
Everyone's. Honestly,
I'll tell you what. I would have a party. I don't have parties, right? But if he got sacked in the next couple of weeks, I'd have a party.
No, I could hire out the Cuffley Clubhouse around the corner, and he got a train station right there, so we could do that.
Brilliant. Oh, we'll all go to North London.
That is in very bad taste. That is in very bad taste.
Don't care. We're going to have a party.
I'll tell you what. I've got another question. Neil, you get a chance to answer this. I know you're going to get...
1 minute. Gary John was just looking. John, have you got a question?
I have got a question, but Gary got one first.
Go.
Well, listen, right? You choose the best question, right? I'll say
let
mine.
John do his
John
one.
can
I'll do another mug. That'd be 4 mugs in one show.
Go on.
Can I have a question?
Go on. Yeah, go on. You can have one and all.
Fucking hell! I might as well jump in my grave. This geezer.
John, what's your question?
Oh, is it me?
Yeah, go on, John. Go on,
Who
John.
scored?
Hang on. Are you listening, everyone? Go on, John.
Who scored the last hat trick for West Ham in the Premier League? Who's the last player to score a hat trick for West Ham?
I actually know this.
Premier League. You know it?
Mm-hmm.
I know it.
Machiavelli?
No.
In the Premier League?
Before the Premier League, wasn't he?
Ooh,
he's before the Premier League, wasn't he? Yeah, he was.
Let's think. Premier League. Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I think he's got it.
It's been a bloody long time.
Ralph, isn't it?
Someone's got it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Where is
Antonio.
it? Hang on. No, hang on. I want to make sure I don't miss the right people. Hang on. It's Andy Carroll against Arsenal, 3-3.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, of course it was, yes.
There you go.
Dan Logan.
Don
Logan. Don Logan, you've seen me number on the screen. I put it.
Antonio Norwich when he's got 4 goals.
I don't know.
Was that in the Premier League?
Yeah, Antonio got 4 goals, didn't he, against Norwich?
Oh, you fucked up, John.
Oh, well, give it to him. He got it. I didn't have that. I've
got another mug. Yes!
I haven't got Antonio.
Bloody
I think it was Ralph. Ralph something, I'm sure, the first one I saw. Get it?
Oh, fuck it. I'll tell you what, I'll do another one. So Don and Ralph, send me your addresses.
Yeah, let them both have it then.
John, you ain't asking no more questions.
Yeah.
Right, Gary?
I've got one more question. Right, Neil, you can have the first stab at this, right?
And John, WhatsApp me your addresses.
Right. What I was saying earlier, you remember earlier I was talking about the stats and the list of seasons.
That ain't even on the list.
Right? The list of seasons were the ones that I compared from a stats perspective were the last 10 years plus 2005, 2006, the Pardew first year promoted, plus Lyle 85, 86, plus 2 Harry Redknapp years, which was 98, 99, 99, 2000. Right. So get all that, right? So that's actually 14. Bilic came top. Lyle comes second. Moyes' good lockdown season came third. Who come fourth? So that's the last 10 years plus Lyle plus Pardew plus Redknapp. Who come fourth behind Bilic, Lyle, and Moyes? Obviously not Lyle.
Oh, there's not that many to choose from either, to be fair.
I'd be inclined maybe to go Pardew.
No, you'd be surprised. See that season from a stats perspective, that was fantastic.
No one's getting it.
No, he got to the FA Cup final, but I'm only scoring on Premier League, right? And what he did was he had some amazing wins, but we had just been promoted, so the amazing wins were few and far between.
No one's getting it. Look,
yeah. Who's got it?
No one.
Got to get it. You're not gonna. I mean, listen. You ain't gonna guess this. You ain't gonna guess this.
Oh,
Allardyce.
Chris.
It's Allardyce. It's Allardyce because
Allardyce.
That
Chris
final
Shepard.
season, the final season that Allardyce had, the first half of that season, right up the way until January 31st, we were third or fourth, right?
January, weren't they?
And then we didn't sign anyone. Sullivan told everyone that Allardyce was leaving. After January 31st, we only beat Burnley. We beat Burnley at home. That's all we did.
Same.
Yeah.
If we're not careful, the same thing will happen here with Moyes.
Yes. That's why Sullivan's rowing back, isn't it?
Yeah, because Moyes will be gone next season. There's no way he'll be in charge next season. No way in this world can he be.
Yeah. But I think the fans
of the world, the fans would lynch anybody, I think, connected with Moyes. I think he was around next season.
Yeah.
Right. So
firstly, I think he should, if we lose the next 2 games, he should go.
Yeah, but he ain't going anywhere, Neil. Let's not fool ourselves. Let's just be really excited if he does go. That's the best way to look at it, right? Don't expect it. just take it as a lovely surprise if and when it arrives.
Best Christmas present. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. That's set the precedent. So we've done 5 mugs tonight. I will do 5 mugs every Sunday up until Christmas.
Bloody hell! What's wrong with you? You turned generous.
Yeah, well, it's nice because John asked a stupid question and cost me an extra 2 mugs.
Yeah.
John and Gary, feel free to answer it. You might be a chance to get your own mug then.
Yeah, I know. You know what I mean?
John's never getting his mug now.
You might deliver one, eh?
Yeah.
I don't need. I've got mine. I've got mine, John.
No, that was good.
Right,
Neil, thank you very much for the call, mate.
Cheers, Neil.
You have a great show. I listen every week, but so you have a great show.
Cheers,
mate. Cheers.
Neil.
Yep.
Who's your favourite?
Say
Micky.
John,
say Micky.
Who's your favourite on the show, Neil?
Say Micky.
You all are, to be honest with you.
Oh, top.
Yeah.
What a guy.
John's looking
Safety
for
first.
John. Yeah.
Sounds like Moyes. Carry on.
Yeah. Cheers, Neil.
Yeah, it's my better half. She's quite good at fishing for compliments.
Yeah,
he is. He's very needy. He's very needy. You can't honestly. He is. He is. But anyway,
we're going to go down a whole different avenue.
Okay, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you. Later, Neil.
Speak to you again.
Bye.
Bye.
Did you see someone put in the comments earlier on? It made me laugh. Someone put, Mickey Smith, you handsome sod or something. And
and John didn't put it up.
Straight over it.
Yeah.
You want to know.
Hello, Kev. Hello, Kev. How are you, mate?
I'm good. You?
Yes, not too bad. Not too bad. Nice to speak to you.
Yeah, likewise.
What would you like to discuss this fine evening?
Well, it's just nice to hear someone that thinks that JWP is overrated.
It's a shame I've run out of mugs. You'd have had a mug for that comment.
His corners, well, everybody knows them, don't they? Nobody rushed to buy him, did they? So
they didn't. I'll tell you what. I'm going to pair you up with John. I'm going to pair you up with John here. Hang on, John. Right, go on, Kev. Talk to John. Go on, John.
Kev, go on. Give me your take on JWP, Kev.
Well, he's average at best. He jogs about. He does very little, and everybody knows where his free kicks are going to go. And his corners, since he's got that one away from the record, he just can't do it, can he?
Yeah.
Where do you live? Where are you from? Where are you from, Kev? Where do you live?
Oh, quite a long way from you.
Go on, just give me a clue.
I'm in Gibraltar.
Oh, nice.
Where do you originate from in the UK? You're not Portsmouth, are you?
From Kent. I was born in Dover.
Oh, okay. Listen, let's get onto the whole JWP thing, mate, right? David Beckham made a living out of scoring free kicks, setting people up, crossing the ball. Everyone's going, JWP can't cross. He's putting it in the box. People ain't getting their head on it. It's not his fault, is it? I don't know what more.
Yeah, but it's what he does in between the free kicks and corners. He does nothing. He just jogs about. He's a lightweight.
Yeah.
Did you see his 60-yard diagonal ball to Sufar today?
It is an attacking midfielder.
Yeah, that's about it, though. It's pretty much of a passenger. And you've got Souček as well in the midfield. They're just getting run through. It's just crap.
Okay. What would your midfield three be? What would your choice of your midfield three
maybe be? Well, I like Alvarez.
Yeah.
I was a bit like Alvarez. Probably Fornals because he can play, and Paqueta.
Yes. That for me, that is me 100%. And John won't even argue with that, I don't think.
No, I wouldn't argue with that. But I'm talking about from what Moyes would pick, really.
Fornals, he's just had all the confidence and everything kicked out of him, and
he has.
Yeah.
I mean, I live right near to live in Gibraltar, and it's near Spain. And all the Spaniards, whenever they say, "Who do you support?" I say West Ham. They go, Pablo Fornals. They think he's, he's a bloody good player, but the way he's been treated by Moyes is disgusting.
Do you know? On social media the other day, a clip came up. It was on a West Ham channel, but it was of the when he was at Villarreal. It was his highlights from Villarreal. My God, have we ruined him?
Yes,
I know. I never knew who he was until we signed him, and then all my Spanish people I knew were saying you've bought a brilliant player there. And, and he's just been Moyes, isn't he? He's just been just had all the football coached out of him, brained out of him. Bringing him on for a couple of minutes is so disrespectful.
No, it is. It is. What are your thoughts on that, Mick, with the old Fornals thing?
It's exactly what he's just said. What Kev said. It's disgusting. The treatment that he's got. At one point, he was like a Moyes' favourite, if you like.
The Lingard season, he was outstanding, wasn't he?
He was like a favourite. He was,
That's right. Yeah.
Again, the way he's been treated, he's been disgusting.
I think the thing that makes it doubly worse is the fact that we know he absolutely loves the club and he loves the fan base.
He really does.
Yeah, and that makes it worse because you know he's probably fucking broken to some extent.
Yeah, you can see.
He needs an arm around his shoulder.
You can see it on his face when he comes on. He's a very emotional
guy.
guy.
When he scored that goal, that Scorpion kick goal.
Bournemouth, I was there. He was in tears. Poor git,
right.
You know.
Here's a quick question from Keith Knight. Thank you very much, Keith.
Cheers, Keith.
He's an ex-referee himself. So there's a new sin bin rule coming in. And he says, if and when the sin bin rule does come in, can a goalkeeper be binned? And if so, what is the procedure? How would that work?
They'll bring on the keeper for a player for that amount of time. Is that not right? What they'll do?
Would they be allowed to? Would that not be a sub? Would it not be a sub?
You couldn't do that with an outfield player.
You can't put an outfield player in goal. That'd be ridiculous. That'd be like Monkey Rush.
It's a good point, though. It's a good point.
Does Keith know, or is he just asking us, or does he know?
Yeah, play rush goal.
He don't know. He
must know. He's a fucking ref. They know everything.
Is Keith the former policeman and referee?
Oh, Jesus.
I think that's what. Is he? I think he is, isn't he?
Yeah, because we were saying about he's a glutton for punishment, isn't he?
Yeah. I think, he left the police and became a referee.
You won't be able to bring a goalkeeper on for 10 minutes while he's on because that's a sub. That's a substitute.
But if you could do that with an outfield player, if an outfield player got
I actually think it's the most ridiculous rule. If they change it, it's just killing football. There's someone sitting in an office somewhere in UEFA or wherever going, what can we do next? Let's justify our jobs.
Stop pissing around.
I actually think it could be quite funny in certain instances.
Funny?
I think it's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous.
Kev.
I can't see happening.
No.
Kevin from Gibraltar.
I think it's just poor. It's not enough of VAR. There's delays and waiting for decisions, and it's. I mean, it's made the arguing about referees to a new level because before it was just a bad split second decision they made. You complained about that.
I have a theory.
Do you know with VAR? Do you feel sorry for the on-field officials now?
They've shit them. They don't make a decision.
Yeah, I do. All they look like is they're people that run up and down with the flags and a whistle carrier. And they just need to listen to what they're told to by the camera people.
You know, I have a theory about this slowing the game down, and my theory is as follows, right?
Yes.
There's no stats, is there?
No, my theory is this, and that is, in American sports, every time a game stops or it slows down, they're slapping that up. Right? Yeah. I think that's what they're doing with football.
Yeah, probably. American ownership, advertisement, blah, blah, blah.
Night, Mandy.
Shit.
Yeah. Where's Mandy going? What's she going to bed for? What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
Night, Mandy.
Night, Mandy.
Night, Mandy. Oh, Mandy.
Jordan Pickford binned every week.
Answer. It's nice with an answer.
I've got you on the phone. Can I ask about these mugs? Because I've asked several times about posting overseas, and I get fobbed off saying it's next month, and I've still not heard from you yet. So, are you going to be sending any overseas? Or
Nick, send Keith a mug for Christ's sake.
Yeah, Keith.
Kev.
Yeah. Sorry, I've got Keith in front of me on the screen. The comment.
I'd say you've got my message. It's a lot more complex sending things over. I didn't realise how complicated it was sending things.
Bigger
overseas.
stamp.
No, it ain't a bigger stamp. It's not a bigger stamp. Do you know how many mugs got broken just going to fucking Essex?
Some kind of bubble wrap or polystyrene might come in hand.
No, I did. I wrapped them up properly and all.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin, what do you think of Mo Salah? Good player?
Mo Salah, yeah.
Yeah, Liverpool. Mo Salah, good player, is he?
I think so, yeah.
Where's this
What do you think about Martin Odegaard at Arsenal? Good player?
What is he doing?
I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah. James Ward-Prowse has got more assists than both of those players this season, just so you know. 9 assists.
He's also got a double-barreled surname, but that doesn't make him a great player, does he?
Makes him, he's partial to a bit of hummus, isn't he, Nick?
No, it's quinoa. Is it
quinoa?
He's quinoa. Yeah.
No, he's good at these. I don't think he's what we needed. I really don't. I'd rather have got a young lad, that Conor Gallagher from Chelsea.
Yeah.
I'm not. Don't disagree with you.
He's more of an engine room player. Ward-Prowse is a luxury player for us.
I agree. I
think we've got.
I think Micky, you said something last week. What was it? With the I think that Moyes knew that he was going to struggle this year for goals, which is why he had to get James Ward-Prowse in, because he kind of saw that as a route, kind of almost like a cheat code to get goals in games. I think that there is an element of that, and I think that's why he has to be in the team. That's why Souček has to be in the team as well. You look very tired, Micky.
Exactly. That's the other thing with Moyes. Playing Souček, moves everybody else around to accommodate him.
Yeah. You had a busy morning. You had a busy morning, didn't you, Mick?
I had a late night last night. Honestly, I've been struggling all day with that. But no, I was looking at the postman, dodgy postman breaking mugs, and then it got my name next to it.
You like December, though, didn't you, Mick? December's Christmas card hunting, isn't it?
We ain't got no postman here. We have to go and pick our own parcels up.
Yeah, they're not getting delivered Christmas cards at the moment, unfortunately.
What did you say, Kev? You got to go and pick up your own post.
I'll say, if they send you get a parcel sent over here, the postman doesn't deliver it. You have to go and get it from the parcel.
That's why Nick can't send the mug, mate. That's why Nick can't send the mug.
Do me a favour. Send me. You got me number. Send me your address, and I'll see.
Because Ralph is saying, Ralph is now assuming.
How do you take payment? Is it PayPal or bank transfer or what?
No, you ain't got paid for it. It's a gift. It's a gift. It's Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, make sure you get Ralph down over to Spain as well. We can do Spain and Gibraltar. It's only around the corner.
Yeah.
It's the other side of the runway here. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, Nick can't get my mug from Enfield to Romford, but he can get a mug from Enfield to Spain and Gibraltar.
Because it's out of principle. It's out of principle, John. It's out of principle.
All the time.
Gary, he's got a box of tea here. He's got mugs. Bearing in mind, I do all the fucking.
Answer?
I do all of this up, right? And Gary literally
didn't you tell us, Keith? I think you did.
He drove to Derby, right? He drove past my house
twice
there and back, and then complains that he wants me to drop him around his stuff. But he won't come
it's a very long drive. I couldn't take that diversion down the A10.
Fucking lazy.
Lawrence wants to know, am I the new youth player coming up?
What?
Hey?
Lawrence.
Hey?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave the end of the season. I feel like I'm going to see if I can move to one of the big teams, like the big six, like, I don't know, West Ham Network. Or...
Lawrence, I'd love to say I'm the youth player, but I think I'm about.
I want to play European football. I want to play European
come and get me, please. Yeah.
I don't want to be stuck playing this sort of formation with this David Moyes type manager called Nick. I don't really want to play for this sort of manager.
I know.
Tenerife. Michael Levy Jr. in Tenerife. He's waiting for his mug as well. Look.
You want one in Tenerife?
Yeah. Those lot miserable bastards. They live in hot countries.
Hang on, Michael, you can piss off. You're always coming back doing gigs over here. You can wait till you come over.
I was going to say that, Michael. And you're over here this month, aren't you? And you're gigging.
Yeah, if you're over here, I'll meet you and bring you one. I will.
What's he over here doing? Drugs running?
No, he does. Partially, but he does speak. He does singing as well.
Soul singing sensation.
Singing
He's a good singer. He's an entertainer.
I'm a good singer.
You're a shit singer. You can sing one song, Reef.
Oh, no, Michael Levy's good.
Sing one song.
Yeah.
I'm a good singer.
Yeah, he's back Thursday.
But anyway, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the call, Kev. And like I say,
cheers.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Send me your address, and then what I'll do, I will have a look tomorrow.
Nick will work out how to post.
Okay, appreciate it.
Another part of Europe, yeah.
Kev,
yes.
Kev, call back into the season when James WP's got 20 assists, mate. Yeah. See you soon.
All right then. I'm 60 next year. I don't know if I'll be long enough.
All right, lovely. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
See you later.
Cheers, Kev. Top man.
Jersey, Nick. Look, there's another one. Jean-Claude Boutier.
Right, last call this is going to be.
Nick, Jean-Claude Boutier in Jersey.
Hi, Gary Bickley. Please leave your name and number.
Gary, call back. Hang on. I missed his call.
All these people living in countries moaning about not getting a cup. I mean,
I've heard that Romford's been calling into West Ham Fan TV.
Listen, I've actually tried to send one out to Malta just recently. The guy that lives in Malta, I've ended up getting the mug back. I've got to try and find a different way of getting it to him.
Well, what is there?
I don't know.
Is there a form that you need to fill in?
There's a guy called Neil Lazarus who's paid for his cup. I'm going to refund him because it's taken too long. and I'm going to find a way
change, Nick.
Sending it to him.
It's origins, isn't it? When you send goods into the EU,
I
you need to
know.
fill out a form.
I'm
not a dispatch specialist.
I
know. But anyway, Gary.
Hello, Nick.
How you doing, mate? You all right?
Oh, it's Gary. Hello, Gary.
Gary.
I'm still recovering from my bruises last week when I got battered by you four, you know?
Yes. So I'm much calmer tonight, Womford. Don't worry, I'm much calmer tonight.
You've been on Faithful, Gary. You've been on West Ham Fan TV.
Yeah, no. Big up to Luke Bailey for sticking up for me.
Go on,
to be honest, Nick, all I was trying to do last week, I was just trying to bring... everyone's now very much more out, all four of you, where John was a bit more like in the middle and John's gone across now. I was just trying to give a balanced view last week. I think... I don't know why it wound you up so much, but he did, obviously. Get on to today's game and Thursday. I think I realised today that when you plan a team with a low block like Palace, Bowen is not the answer down the middle. I think it might work on Thursday against Tottenham when they play a lot and you can get balls over the top, like I think John or Gary said earlier. But this is where maybe you miss Antonio a bit today, that physical presence in the middle. You know, you get things off of him and get around him. But today, I don't understand playing Bowen down the middle was just a waste of time. You know, he's better, much better on the right. He could have. I think I agree with you also. Kudas, he's very strong, and I think he'd be more suited down the middle because he can hold defenders off. And
well, that's what I was going to say. If you play Bowen on the right, where do you put Kudus? But then you've answered the question. Yeah. So
yeah. But the thing is Thursday. I mean, it's a game. You know, none of us want to lose this one. But
absolutely.
The thing is. Yeah. What worries me, I think whoever scores first here is going to be crucial because if we go one down, then we're going to have to come out looking for it. And, you know, Sonlet's on the break. Yeah. And we'll be 2 or 3 down before you know it.
How do you expect David Moyes to approach said game?
Well, I just think he'll just play with a low block and just hit them. I mean, like I think the Micky Mark said earlier, it actually might be a game actually where it might work because... You know, Spurs have got goals in them, no doubt about it. But they do take risks, don't they?
I just think, though, Gary. So, I just think my point of view on this is, I think, you're absolutely right. That could happen, but in order for that to happen, they've got pacey defenders, Spurs, because that's how they get away with playing the high block like that, right? High line, and the thing is, you've got to have someone. You've got to have someone waiting for the out ball to be able to get on their toes and beat a defender, and that means Kudus or Bowen are going to have to stay up a little bit, and I don't see us doing that. I reckon we're going to sit all deep, and Kudus will be sitting out Soufal. That's where I hope it ain't like that. I really want to beat Spurs. Of course, we want to beat Spurs. You know,
nothing. What annoyed me today a little bit was Cornet put that lovely cross in on Thursday for winner, and he didn't get a look in. He thought he was giving him a chance. You know, playing only one substitute when you're chasing the game. I couldn't understand it. And we've got so many games coming up. We're playing every 3 days now. He's got to rotate a little bit more. He's
literally flogged all of those players.
He will not rotate. We know it from the Europa League season that he will not rotate until people get injured.
No, that's right.
That's right. Why are we playing Premier League on a Thursday? Does anyone know?
It's because of all the international breaks. They're trying to compress the fixtures and get them all in.
Oh. Yeah, there's loads this month. I mean, it's like 7 Premier League games this month, I think.
Ravel Morrison has got nicked for fraud. Did you know that?
Yeah, I saw that. Not surprising, is it? People he mixes with
a disabled badge or something. Go on, Gary. Come on, Gary.
I think Zuma will be back Thursday. I think he wasn't injured today. Apparently, what I heard, he had family issues to sort out. From what I heard is right. So hopefully, Zuma will be back on Thursday. Right. I mean, the Mavropanos mistake. I mean, it was so unnecessary. It's so casual, wasn't it? You know,
such a shame, though. Such a shame because he played well other than that.
Do you think, as John said earlier on, do you think there was some confusion being caused with our backline? The fact that Alvarez kept on dropping back so deep, he was splitting the centre backs. Do you think that could have caused a bit of a problem?
It hasn't only happened today, though.
No, I know.
That's happening more and more.
What would you do on Thursday? Would you like? Because we keep having this debate about the midfield, and obviously I know Nick wants to get Paqueta in the middle, which I understand. The trouble is, you know, you've got to leave either Souček or Ward-Prowse, haven't you? If you're playing Alvarez, Paqueta, Souček's scoring in every game virtually, so it's hard to drop him, I suppose. But it's difficult. We've got this left-sided problem still, haven't we? You know, We haven't got an out and out. I mean, Cornet could do it,
but Gary, the big thing with Spurs, what I will say is, Bissouma's back. They've got a fucking good midfield, even without Maddison.
Maddison's not playing, is he?
No. But they've got a good midfield.
Is Romero available now for them?
Yeah, he's back. They're all back. They're all back. So
they've got the other centre half missing, isn't he? The pacey one, the Dutch guy. He's still injured, isn't he? And Maddison, they're the two missing, still injured.
But what I'm saying is, we're going to have to try and match them up for power in midfield because they're going to bully us. They are. Burnley went through us like we was nothing.
We play that midfield that we played today. They're going round us like traffic cones. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Nick, hypothetically, would you take a 6-0 loss against Tottenham if it meant Moyes was sacked the following day? Would you take that?
I never want to see West Ham lose. Can we just answer this individually, right?
He asked Nick. Nick can't answer. Yeah.
No, but honestly...
No, I was reading the comment.
No, the question is, if Moyes is going to get sacked, would you take a 6-0 loss to Spurs? I'm saying I'm not taking a 6-0 loss to Spurs.
No, I'd never. No, not against Spurs.
Fuck that.
No.
Step too far, Gary.
So that's right. So what do you think? And how do you see it going, firstly? Do you see it? Does anyone of you four see us getting anything from this game, or do you think it's a loss?
It's a loss.
I think we're going to lose by at least 3 goals. That's my prediction.
It's a loss.
No, I think we'll get chances. I think we could score. I could. Chelsea, Tottenham have been involved in some high-scoring games. I could see it being a 2-2 or something quite easily, if I'm honest.
We could get a point out of it. Actually, you're right. You could. Yeah. West Ham will probably raise their game for this one, won't they? They will.
You'd hope so.
You know, I usually turn up against Spurs. We do.
But are you not starting to worry now that we usually turn up against Spurs because we've usually got a Mark Noble or a Dawson or a Declan Rice? I'm starting to look at this team now, and I'm starting to see a lack of leaders.
We've said that before. We have said that before.
I'm starting to see a lack of leaders in this team now.
People like chances. It's just I think it'll be a bloodbath. To be fair,
Souček's a quiet captain. Zuma's a quiet captain. Neither of them are captains. Let's face it.
Yeah.
By the way, Nick, Gibraltar's in part. It's a distant part of the UK. In other words, I think you can actually just Kevin Gibraltar could be our mug mule. Right, we could actually get mugs to him and he could send them on to mainland Spain. Yeah,
we'll have to talk about that off here.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the other thing, lads. We realise now more and more each week goes by we've got to get a striker in January. We need someone up there.
Will he use a striker though, Gary?
But
will he use a striker?
Gary, going back to this conversation we had last week, right? And I think and you know what? And I actually mean it as well. I think Kudus would be more suited. But even you would see half the Kudus that you're seeing now out on the right, like you do with Bowen, because when you play in the middle, you're going up against these big fucking burly centre halves. They've only got one person to focus on. The method of supply that we give to them is nothing because there's nothing through the middle. It's all wide. What striker do you actually think would actually flourish in this system? Because I don't really know of one, because the reason being you put Haaland in this team. Haaland sometimes touches the ball 9 times in a game, but they're all chances for City. For City, right? But they are chances in the box. What do you want players to do?
Yeah, if you're talking about a striker who's Premier League experience, who's played in the Premier League,
Danny Ings.
A realistic target is a player who's scoring quite a lot of goals at the moment. That's at Solanke at Bournemouth. Now, I don't know what you think about him. You don't rate him?
He's for a Moyes system, though. He's for a Moyes system.
You're looking at 40, 50 million for a bang average player.
Like I said earlier on, no matter what striker you play in this Moyes system, we're not creating the chances for a striker.
How many people have we got to ruin? How many people have we got to ruin? You've had Haller, you've had Skamaka, you've had Danny Ings, you've got Antonio ain't scoring in this system. So you've Jared Bowen there as well. Now, I'm not being funny. How many players, different types of player, have we got to put in that system before we realise that this is never going to be a system that will yield a 15 to 20 goal a season striker? They're never going to score 15 to 20 goals.
I'll tell you what, though, Nick. I mean, I know Antonio does split opinion with the fan base, and I know you like Antonio, and I do. But when he's not there, sometimes you do realise he does preoccupy certain defenders.
Yeah.
Well, I think you said last year, I think you made a very good point. The 2 key players was Rice and Antonio. to make our system work. And obviously Rice is gone now. Yeah. But Antonio, you know, he will chase people, he will knock them about, and you can get around him, you know. And when he's not there, I think you sort of start to miss him a little bit. Like today, it would have been perfect. You know, I know he's got his faults. He's
the best player Moyes could wish for that system.
He
never find another Antonio.
He gets so much shit because, do you know something? He's the job that he does. We saw it. We saw Mabama trying to emulate, and Mabama's a good striker, right? You've seen it with Skamaka. The job that he does, which is a one-man press, a one-man wrecking machine, jumping up, winning a flick on, running after your own flick on, battering fucking 2 defenders, trying to do something. That is like an impossible job.
I'm hoping Steiden has been a club long enough now, and he can see our dilemma. We need a younger Antonio. And maybe he's got someone in mind in Europe that can bring in someone out there, surely.
Yeah, but Gary,
we need a new manager.
Are we not now buying for the future? Because if we still keep buying for Moyes and he's going in the summer, what's the point of buying in January? That's why I don't think they will buy.
Well, it depends how much you're spending. It depends how much you're spending, John, doesn't it? I mean, like end of the day, the season. You know, we're in the cup. We're still in the Carabao. Well, could win the group in Europa League, so it could be into the last 16, and we've got the home leg second. We could be through the quarterfinals, and we've still got the FA Cup. There's a lot to play for this season still. I don't write the season off.
I don't disagree with you there, but what I mean is I can't see them spending big money on a striker in January. They might get someone in on loan or something like that, but I think they'll make do in that system, mate, because of what we need.
Oh, I don't want to write the season. I don't want to write the season off, Gary. I don't. But I think by retaining Moyes, you are writing the season off. And you know what? Even before the news got broken that David that it was made public knowledge that he isn't going to be retained at the end of the year, which we know is now the case because they've already said it. They're trying to retract it because they know they've made a fuck up. Even before but even before then, I would have thought this was a waste. But now, John, it's going to be even harder for him, isn't it? For Moyes. After that news has been broke, it's going to be even harder for David Moyes to get a tune out of this fucking team now. Yeah. Because everyone knows he's gone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was a big mistake. I mean, like today, Ings, didn't get a look in. You know, I've tried to stick up for Moyes when I can, as much as I can, but today I was sitting there thinking, the game's there. It's there to be won, you know, and we just, the one substitute, I couldn't believe it, you know. Especially when you've got so many games coming up. Surely get some fresh legs on the last 15, 20. Get Cornet on, Ben Rama. Try something different.
Gary,
you know.
Gary,
once you fall out with Moyes, you're done. Right?
Gary, can I just do something? I'm going to throw something at you, sort of devil's advocate. If Ange Postecoglou was our manager today, do you reckon we'd have gone for the throat and probably wiped the floor with Palace?
Imagine what Postecoglou, that beautiful Australian bastard, could do with these teams, with these players.
You see what I did there, Gary?
Yeah.
Yeah. I see what you did.
Yeah.
You know what? This is slowly but surely becoming a Spurs channel, isn't it? It's becoming a Spurs channel.
No. I'll tell you what.
I don't want to like the bloke. I don't want to like him.
But I'll tell you what. How about if Vincent Kompany was our manager today?
Same thing. We'd go on, Gary.
If
Vincent Kompany was our manager today,
with this group of players.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I know you seem to rate him. I mean, he won a game yesterday against Sheffield United with 10 men, but I know that they beat. It was a good win. It was a good win for them.
That was 2-0 up when they went down to 10 men.
Yeah. But even so, I mean, you still lost 7 home games in a row. I mean, it's I'm just a bit reserved. I think like Luke Bailey was saying earlier when he came on, he agreed with me and I agree with him. There is a balance here, you know. I mean. If Tottenham come all out on Thursday and we beat them, but shit out of this, John, if we get a 1-0 win, 2-1 win, I don't think their fans are going to be happy. You obviously you want to attack, and listen, I understand the football. I've been watching every game, and the Burnley one was bad. Thursday night was dreadful. I thought today was much better today than Thursday.
Yeah,
but obviously. All I was trying to say last week is, and I'm just trying to make a balanced view, is it's not just, it is about entertaining football, of course it is, but it's about results as well, you know, and...
but listen, it is about results. Ultimately, everything is, you always want to win. You do, you always want to win a game. But the thing is, what you can't do is completely and utterly go out of your way to fuck entertainment off, which is what David Moyes does. It's like it isn't important. It means nothing. And that is what pisses me off. Right? You can play bad, Gary, and you can have a bad game, and it cannot be entertaining. But if your game plan is to just shit on football and then just try and win a game in the ugliest way possible, that I can't tolerate.
No. And I'll tell you something else. So you talked about Bilic earlier. I mean, I love that 2016 season. That was a big difference between Bilic and Moyes. Was like, when we went away from home that season, we beat Arsenal 2-0 away. We beat Liverpool 3-0 away. We beat, who else did we beat?
Can I share?
Man City 2-1 away. We every team, the top 6, we didn't lose to any of them.
Can I share the really crappy quality image of the full list? Just so, because people have been asking. 1 minute.
Oh, obviously. Gary, no.
No, I'm just going to share.
Fucking, he's going to put a spreadsheet up, people.
No, I'm not. I'm going to show you the list. If I can do it, I'm going to show you the list, right?
Good on, people.
No, a few of them asked for it, but go and go, carry on. I'll see if I can work it out.
Go on, Gary.
Gary?
Yeah. No, I was just saying, that was a big thing that season. I loved it. Like Nick was saying, we actually just went for teams, didn't we? But the difference was, you had Pyatt in that team, and we had a truly world-class player there. I mean, the world-class gets banded about too much these days, too easily, but he was world-class that season. And, you know, it was great going to Man City.
But listen, Gary, you have to have a manager that allows that player to be world class and to build your team around him. If you put, I'm telling you now, if you had that Pyatt under David Moyes, it would not be the same Pyatt.
No, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. He gave him total freedom, didn't he?
With all due respect, Pyatt, before he came to West Ham, he wasn't world class because he wouldn't have come to West Ham.
No.
No, he wasn't. He was world class that season, though, John. He was world class that season. I mean, the goals. If you look back at it, some of the goals he scored were unbelievable.
Yeah, but Gary, that's what John's saying. Gary, what John's saying is. Bilic gave him a platform. Bilic gave him a platform and a creative freedom to do that. David Moyes would not do that. It's like if you put when he says a player's got to adjust to the Premier League, doesn't mean that. It means this player's got to get used to the idea he's got to fucking track back and cover the fullback.
There's no doubt in my mind that Paqueta's world class. I don't care what anyone says. Paqueta's world class.
I agree.
We haven't seen the
I slightly disagree, John. I think it's the level just below world class. I think it could be world class. I think he gives the ball away. He gives the ball away a lot. A world class player.
He's being stifled, Gal. He's being stifled, mate. He's being stifled. He's being stifled.
But Gary, I'm not being funny. So many. I don't understand how you can't agree. We've got so many players in this one. The team that we watched today. You had Alvarez and James Ward-Prowse. Now, half the game, you've got James Ward-Prowse as a CDM and you've got Alvarez bombing up the field as a number 8. He's got those round the wrong way. He's got fucking Bowen down the middle as a striker. He's got Paqueta out wide on the left. How many wrong pieces do you want to put in a team?
And you know why? You know why, Nick? This is all to do with fitting Souček in. This whole thing is to do with fitting Souček.
It's down to David Moyes, Gary, because David Moyes sees the only way and the best way for him to score goals is James Ward-Prowse corner, Souček's head. So this is David Moyes.
Do you know what the thing is? Do you know what the thing is? I get people's argument that but Souček's scoring. I get the argument, right? But do we not think we would score more goals with a proper midfield 3 and Souček at the team rather than relying on Souček to get a late winner? Because our style of play would be different.
I think what Nick said earlier though was a good thing. Another one of your listeners as well said it. The player we missed out on was Fofana. I think if you had him in the midfield, you imagine him in the midfield with his legs. Paqueta and Kudas. That'd be brilliant.
Well, no, Stuyten's plan was to have Paqueta, Alvarez, and Fofana as a midfield 3. I mean,
what a midfield!
And that guy is just an absolute fucking powerhouse. Think of Basuma times 2. He's fucking brilliant. He's quick. He's massive. He's physical, aggressive. He's got everything to his game. He can score. He can pass.
What happened to him, Nick? Did someone buy him? Or was he still where he's same club?
No, he's still at Monaco, but he's like double. He's like doubled in price now.
Yeah. I suppose really, if Paqueta did go to Man City, we've got 90, 100 million for him. I don't know what you would cost for Farner, but you could probably get maybe 2 players in for that. And what for Farner and maybe a striker.
Oh,
that would definitely strengthen the team,
Gary,
wouldn't it?
Gary, you must have heard this. Keith Knight's given us a follow-up. Keith Knight, thank you very much. You're very generous. They unlock referees these days, don't they, old Keith Knight? Thank you very much, mate. He says, answers to the goalkeeper sin bin question. He says, yes, a goalkeeper can be binned. An outfield player takes a goalkeeper's shirt. The goalkeeper has to re-enter as an outfield player until ball next out of play, and then they can swap back. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, really? That is going to be chaos.
It makes sense.
Shocking. Keith, are you, I'm sure you're not, but are you on a wind-up, or is that the honest, like, the bottom line? Is that what it's going to be?
No, I think it would have to be, wouldn't it? Because if an outfield player got sin bin, they can't swap him over. It is what it is. It's got to be the same for like as if when like a goalkeeper goes gets sent off. If they haven't got one on the bench, then it's an outfield player playing in his position.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, Nick. I think if we get beat heavily Thursday, that could be the breaking point. I think fans could spill over. Mate, will you do a show Thursday night? Are you doing a show Thursday night or what?
We'll do a review. Yeah, we'll do a review. I'm actually going to cancel my football training on Thursday for this game.
Who's going Thursday? Any of you going to the game?
No, I'm not going.
We've got Nick going to Fulham.
It's on Sky, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, we could do that as I'm cancelling it. Are you all available on Thursday night? Should we do a post-match show? Because it'll either be positive or negative, won't it? I'll tell you what it won't be. I will. There is no way on earth that will be a draw.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
It could be a score draw, I think.
I can't see it.
It won't be 0-0.
Because I honestly think either Spurs are going to run away with it or we're going to smash and grab it. I think that's what will happen.
Yeah. One or the other.
Yeah. I mean, look, and don't get me wrong. You are right. It's obvious, okay? Like when you play as a counter-attacking outfit, which is what we are, then you're kind of geared up to have teams that run at you. But typically, do you know what?
Sure.
But as Gary has pointed out, in the last 2 years, how many of these big teams has that worked against, Gary?
It ain't. That's why I did the last 2 seasons, like I just put up there, right? At that list of 13 seasons, Moyes has come 10th and 13th. The last 2 seasons. That's this season and last season, right? His best seasons were obviously 2021, and in 5th place was the season where we got to the semi-final.
Moyes beats Luton, Moyes beats Sheffield United, Moyes beats Burnley, Moyes beats Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And then it starts getting difficult.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to do this, Gary. I wanted to do an objective thing, no bias. I just wanted to apply the same sort of scores and weightings to every manager, just to be fair. And that's how it come out.
Can I ask you something honestly, John? I'll tell you what. I'll ask you as well, Gary, on the call. Right. When I start with Micky, top left, and I'll work my way around. You've got this thing, right, where people say we're not flaky old West Ham anymore, which you could say to a degree. We're not, because we win the games that we should win, but we never really win anything else. What would you rather? Would you rather be guaranteed to beat Luton, Sheffield and Burnley, but have no hope in any of the sort of bigger games? Or would you rather be a little bit more of a basket case team, be a bit more fun, run the risk of losing against Burnley, but you can go and beat fucking Liverpool away? You can go and beat Arsenal. What would you prefer, Micky? What would be more fun for you?
That's a no-brainer for me. Come on now. You know what I mean? It's always the second option, isn't it? Just go and have it. Go and try your luck. Go and have it.
Yeah. How about you, John?
Nothing better.
We want both.
Nothing better than shit ass in a win against one of the big boys. Nothing better.
Exactly.
Better.
And
Love it.
Gary, I know what your answer will be, so I'll go to Gary on the phone. What would your choice be?
You
can't have both.
Totally agree.
You can't have both.
I agree. I agree with you, what you're all saying, because I remember that 2016 film. We went Liverpool 1-3 and beat City away. I remember that film was brilliant. Yeah, so I've got to totally agree with you all there.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, and that's what. But this is what you've got with Moyes. You've got their basics, predictability, and it's efficiency and predictability. And do you know what? Football shouldn't really be, especially as a West Ham fan, efficient and predictable. Not really.
Can I just tell you, right? When you look at these ratings, Redknapp and Moyes, very similar, right? Very similar. But there's one difference, is that Redknapp entertained us.
And Redknapp brought through youth, Gary.
And he had fucking class like Di Canio, and he let that class flourish, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
but he brought, a little bit raw, a little bit.
Yeah, but he also
imagine Redknapp with Paqueta and Kudus at his fucking mercy. My God, what would he do with them?
Yeah, the only thing I will say is, I agree with everything you're saying. The one thing with Moyes, I think we've all got to agree with. In Europe, we have done very, very well. I mean, you think about it, 3 seasons we've won our group, got through, semi-final, won it, we're through again to we're through to the last 16 if we win, draw against Freiburg or beat them. And when you think some of the teams we lost to, who was it before that team would beat us twice in the qualifiers? What was that team called? Oh, yeah. I mean, that would never happen. That would never happen, would it? That's the only way I would say. The European thing, he's been solid, isn't he?
Yeah, but the difference is, right, and the thing is that I'm not going to dismiss what we did in that competition that we had, but we never had any tests in that. In the Europa League, I know. Listen, we did beat Lyon, who were not very good.
We did in the Europa League. The Europa League was a lot harder than it. Come on.
No, we did it. We did beat Sevilla as well.
He did.
But
Sevilla, yeah.
But you know what? I would bet everything on the fact that the minute we come up against a decent team in this competition, we're getting stuffed. Honestly.
Well, I mean, Sevilla owns the Europa League for years, and we beat them, didn't we? Under Leon, like John said.
They did, but you know, the season that we beat them, that was literally one of their worst seasons ever that they were having in the league as well.
We've got to realise that
I've really enjoyed the European. The last 3 seasons. I mean, obviously the Premier League last year was terrible, but the actual just judging for Europe for a minute, that has been a positive, I think, for the club.
No, of course it has. Of course it has. And money-wise, Gary.
But the entertainment isn't. So,
No, I'd say it's been in 2 phases, right? The first 2 years were largely brilliant, right?
Yeah. They were, yeah.
It went wrong, started to go wrong halfway through the second season when he didn't sign a striker and he flogged the players to death and we end up losing to Frankfurt.
Yeah.
Right?
I know.
And then the following season was last season, which was utter dross when you look at it.
Yeah.
And this season so far is even worse than last season in the Premier League.
Yeah. I think we're all agreed, really. It's just the people want to see, you don't mind your game not being entertaining, and particularly the games coming up, you've got to pace yourself a little bit, I suppose. You can't be going gang every single game.
But the thing is, this is the thing. I think you have to look at it kind of objectively, because it isn't subjective. Our style of football has been shit. I mean, if you look at it for the last 5 games, if we'd have won today and we'd have scraped today 1-0. It would have been buzzing. Everything's great. Moyes is great, and everyone would have forgotten about the last 4 games. Well, not everyone, but the fact of the matter is, I will never do that, Gary, because I do. I look at the games, and you can see it isn't right. And the thing is, when you're lucking out like we have been, if to win games at the end in the 89th, 90th minute, that is not sustainable. It's not. You can't
always rely on last minute winners.
You can't carry on like that. If that's your tactic, it's ridiculous. So
we score last minute winner against Tottenham. I don't think we're.
No, I won't mind that. Mate, I don't care. I don't care how we beat them. There's certain exceptions. There's certain exceptions.
Do you want to be running in a living room?
Gary, this one's true as well from Stan Fernandez. Freiburg are a lot better than we were in the first game. And look, and I'll tell you what, right? That is a final that we've got against Freiburg. I know we only need a draw. I hope we don't play for a draw, because if we do, we're going to get beat, right? We have to beat Freiburg because they have to come here. They have to come to us.
We might be better off, actually.
They're free scoring.
We might have been better off. We might have been better off not winning on Thursday in a funny sort of way and needed to win against Freiburg.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I actually agree. Do you know what? I completely agree. I thought the same thing, because now he's got that comfort blanket. John's exactly right. Yeah. We will go out. We will play for a fucking draw. And this team battered Olympiacos, who we struggled against on 2 occasions, and they wiped the floor. They put 5 past. They're not the same team that we played before, and we're not the same team that played them.
No, we're not. That's pretty much it. We're not the same thing.
Yeah. I was going to say, the atmosphere today I think the crowd seemed a bit more, trying to get behind the team a bit more, come across that way today.
No, at the end.
According to Moyes, it didn't.
After Nick left. There's no coincidence. After Nick went home.
The first half, the crowd, it seemed to come across like watching it on Sky.
So you're saying we had a great atmosphere from the 90th minute, Gary?
No, from the 88th to the end, it was actually all right. And then they booed him off.
Yeah. But then they got booed off, Gary.
Yeah.
So the fans that are going to the games, well, apart from the ones that go, because there was tons and tons of empty seats over there. Bearing in mind, these are sold season tickets. These are tickets that have been bought. People are just choosing not to go, right? So that's what you've got now. And
I've done it loads.
And you've got people that are literally booing the team off now for drawing at home to Palace. So what does that tell you about what the people that are going to the games are thinking about this football?
I'm speaking of exactly. I'm speaking to Chris who's been posting a couple of comments, right? I speak to him on WhatsApp quite a lot, and he's been he's the same situation. He sits in the same stand as me, Bobby Moore, with his boy, and literally decided not to go today. Can't take it anymore, right? Can't take it.
Yeah.
These are loyal people who follow, like me. I said the other night because I watched it back, and I did actually say I'd stop supporting myself. Of course I wouldn't, right? What I meant was,
stop going.
If he stayed another season, I probably would renew my season ticket because I like having one, but I just wouldn't go.
Yeah, I think the gauge is really John, really. Because when I've been watching the show like since it started, and John's always been the one that, in the past, was sort of like he was the last of term, wasn't he? And sort of John's saying now as well, like he's had enough. So when you get, and he's been pretty level-headed, I think. So
I always try and take the positives out of it, but it is just boring. It just, there's no other word for it. It's consistently boring, and especially at home this season, I think we've been.
Especially for kids, John, especially for kids, because I remember going down like Leighton Orient with my granddad when I was young, and it was they were in the lower leagues then, and the game seems to take forever, right? It really did.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, look, my boy loves footy, and I can see sometimes that he wants to go. He'll never say it, but he sort of hints at it. What time we leaving? And he's never said that.
Oh.
And look,
Ben did say it today. Ben did say he'd rather not come while
and it's the thing I said earlier about a little bit of guilt, because Moyes has brought some great memories that I've had over there with Freddie, some of those European adventures, and I get it, right? And I get it totally, but I just can't. I can't fathom it anymore. I can't. Yeah.
Neil Roberts came all the way down from Dorset today. Like Doddsy should pick you up on the way, Noel. Right? That is a long fucking journey to see that football. So, especially when the trains are fucked, like you said, trains are fucked as well. People come from everywhere.
But this was us. So that was on the last game. That was 15-16. I ain't aged much. But that was 15-16 with my
you look about 20 years younger.
I know. That's with Ben and Lee. Yeah. And you know what? That's what I mean. They've been going over there, and that weren't their fucking first season. Like John, they've been going over there since they was little uns. So they've been going football relentlessly and that's the first time I've ever heard. And Ben's like John's boy. He's a football fanatic. He said, "Dad, do I have to come? Like with while Moyes is here, have we got to do this?" And I'm like, oh. Fucking hell. And it ain't even like, because a lot of people say, "Oh, it's probably because you're moaning." When I go over the game, I don't. I just sit there and I watch it. I'm just not excited. I moan at home.
Yeah.
Is that you, John?
I mean, the thing is,
little John, look.
Little John.
When I was little. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
The thing is,
it reminds you of? Look, it reminds you of Orville. Orville. Me.
Well, is the atmosphere any better in European nights? I will say, Michael, that game against Freiburg, like I said, that's like a final. So surely the atmosphere is going to be good that night.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Do you think with the game against Spurs on Thursday, do you think Moyes might sort of change, do anything different, or do you think it'd be much the same?
Same.
I'm just
same
thinking
players,
about
same approach.
You think it's the same approach, yeah? You don't think
absolutely same.
Like any surprises?
He thinks he's hit upon. This is his golden. Look, I tell you, I have to keep referring back to it, and I'll bore myself, right? But what he's doing with us is the same as what he did with Everton. This is his. This is his ultimate goal was to get us to play like this, and he's doing it. He ain't going to undo it.
No.
This is basically what people fail to realise is when David Moyes first came in, he was working with somebody else's team. What we're seeing now is a completely and utterly David Moyes team. It's in the image of David Moyes. It is, apart from a couple of other players that have been thrown in, like Lucas Paqueta and Kudus, that we know. Paqueta was a Sully special with his mate. Who's the bloke who looks like Tom Jones, the agent, the super agent he uses? Barry Silky.
Oh,
Barry Silky. Silky went over there and got that done for for Sullivan, and we know that Thingy Bob went out and got Caduce done. So yeah. So these are two players that have been dropped on him, really. But yeah, it's not typically what you would get from a Moyes team. It's not. But anyway, Gary, I'm going to let you go, mate, because it's been a very long call. And
Thanks,
I will
Gary.
say again, Gary, I know I hurt your feelings. I'm sorry.
Nick's like that, Gary. He's like that. You just got to take it. Water for duck's back. He does that.
He hurts my feelings every day.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it. I think you just got to pick your moments. I was fucked off last weekend. I was.
I don't rail with many people, but I rail with Nick.
Next time he sees you down the garden centre, he'll buy you a daffodil.
I will. Buy you a goldfish.
More Central Gaming just said, do you think Moyes was priced? When I said about will he change anything different, I said that because I think Moyes must know the one game West Ham don't want to lose the fans is the Tottenham one.
He won't.
That's what I was saying by that.
He don't care what the fans want.
Even more reason.
And we ain't got Noble in the team, right?
He knows how important it is, right, to win that game. And even then, that's even more reason why he won't change it, I don't think.
You remember when we beat Spurs in their first loss at that stadium, right? Noble was like a man possessed that day. He was man of the match. He was amazing, right? And he got all that team up for that game. We ain't got anyone in the dressing room to do that. Not a one.
Surely they get Noble in the dressing room on Thursday, wouldn't they, Gal?
Who knows? Who knows, Gary? Who knows what Moyes does? Yeah?
It's not the same now. He ain't part of the team anymore. I know he still has. It will have an effect.
He went out and led by example, didn't he?
I'm not thinking him out, John. John, he ain't part of the boys anymore. He ain't part of the team.
He's part of the club. He's part of the team.
That weren't long before he retired, right? And his legs weren't great. But that was that was one of the best performances he ever put on for West Ham. He was man of the match by a mile.
Yeah.
I just love the way Noble used to go in and he used to fucking just munch someone. He used to go and do something really quick.
Oh, we're all loving Noble now. He's gone, isn't we?
Noble's he's a what they call it. He's learning his trade.
Yeah,
he is the apprentice.
You know who else was good in that game?
Gary,
was that
I'm going to let you go. Thank you very much for the call, mate.
All right, mate.
Cheers, Gary.
Cheers, mate.
See you later.
Bye.
Who was the fast right back we had? Who Moyes didn't play hardly at all?
Fredericks.
Yeah, he was. He had Son in his pocket that day.
He did.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah.
It's a shame he had all the injuries, really, Fredericks, because I didn't mind him. I know he was a bit all pace and not much else, but I thought he was good. He was good at times.
He was better going forward than defending, wasn't he? Generally,
he was. Yeah, a little bit like Super, with more pace.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm gonna. I think we need to close up because I'm literally fucked now. This is.
Yeah, it's Mickey's
got to get up in a minute.
Midnight.
I know.
It's 3 hours done today.
Mickey, I don't know you've done it. You must be dying inside, Mickey.
I've been suffering all day. We worked through last night. It was a late night.
I was literally seeing, like, throughout the show, the colours drained from your face. Do you know that?
Sorry, listen, I do apologise, people. It's just been a proper late night last night.
I think that mini sunbed ain't working because your colours have gone the wrong way.
Draining from me.
That's it, Ryan. You carry on thinking that. I hope it comes true.
Go on, John. Over to you. Close us up.
Go on, John.
Well, yeah, let's close it up. Look at that picture there. Look, don't we just miss those two types of players? Yeah,
really do actually.
We actually do. We do.
I'm over the hatred of. I've never hated him anyway, but I'm over the upset with Rice now. He's fine.
We're gonna miss him on Thursday. We're gonna miss him and Dawson on Thursday. We are
definitely gonna miss him in them games. Right, I don't know how to do this. I forgot. You have to do it, Nick. I ain't done it for so long. I've just gone brain dead.
Well, you can't say goodbye.
Close the show. Press the right button.
Fucking hell.
Thanks for all your comments.
Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for all the lovely contributions as well. Jonathan Boyce, for that 50 quid. Thank you very, very much. You paid for all the mugs that John's fucked up on and just fucking made me sell. That's brilliant. But no, that's good. Everyone that won, I think, what have I got here? I've made a list. So I've got Chris Shepherd, Alfie, Hammers, Mo, Ralph in Spain. Send me your address anyway. And I've got Don Logan. Send me your not John Osborne. Send me your things on WhatsApp. You've got me number. And we'll get that organised next week. All right.
Great show though. Great show. Well done. Thanks for helping us do it. We couldn't do it without you.
No. It's been.
We could, but it'd be boring.
Yeah, it'd be rubbish.
That actually weren't me that done that. Who done that?
No, that was John.
It was John. He Legoed himself.
Right, we'll be back on. Who's doing Wednesday in the thing? Who's on with Mickey on Wednesday? Should we do rock paper scissors?
John. It's got to be John. I want to see John and Mickey have a bitch fit.
Yeah,
do that. Over me, lads.
Yeah, go on,
Me
John.
and
You
Micky
go.
can't do a show on their own. It would just be like. It would be like
You go with Micky first. You go with Micky first. I'll do Micky the week after.
Mickey's mum's my number one fan.
So
apparently.
Yeah. So yeah, we do that on the Wednesday. John and Micky on the Wednesday. Thursday, I think we're gonna have a group session to talk about the Spurs game, good or bad. Hopefully good. Please, that'd be. Just give us something nice to talk about. We love those shows, right? And we need a bit of respite, don't we? Need a bit of respite from this dross. So yeah, and that's it really. We're going out on the piss on Friday, are we?
We're out on Friday. Out.
Yeah, Friday evening, curry and beers. Are you coming, Mick?
Is that all right? John, how many times have got to go through this? I'm a fourth official member of the crew now.
No. You're third now because someone didn't even know my fucking name.
Oh, yeah, you're the other bloke, aren't you?
I'm the other fella,
yeah. All right,
lovely stuff.
Thanks very much, all.
See you later.
See you soon. Come on, you wines.
Shut
Come on, you wines.